Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to the hosts of the SWA Happy Hour, Dom and Chris. Dom, you've gotten so much better looking. What happened?
I shaved for the occasion too, you know.
Wow, without your beard, you look very different.
Yeah, and I grew boobs. Well, bigger boobs.
Well, awesome. In case it's not Dom, folks. In case you're, don't have your glasses on, you're not looking at the screen, it's our good friend Pendarr, who will be guest hosting tonight.
Yes, I will. I'll do my best.
Oh, you will be awesome as always. How are you?
I'm good. It's been hot, so I'm trying to stay cool, but I have so many things to do outside. I just,
Yeah.
can't avoid it. I can't avoid it. I have to go out there.
Yeah, it's actually been cooler in Colorado. It's getting warmer in the afternoon, but it's starting in the morning, 60, 62 degrees.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
Right now it's 79 right now, and it's 10:09 at night.
Ooh.
We got up into the 90s today.
Yeah, I think we were mid 80s. I think it was breezy, but it's been 90 a couple times, but it's not getting that hot until fairly late in the afternoon, and then
that's good.
Then the clouds roll over, and we're getting the afternoon thunderstorms. We had a little bit of that tonight, which postponed gardening. So
yeah, that does. We've been having to water because we've gotten no rain. Everybody else around us gets rain. They've gotten flooded down in Florida and Texas, and we have to get out the sprinkler. So
it's sometimes that way. Well,
Sunshine.
Good. Well, let's see who we've got. Hey, Pendarr, do you know her? Pendarr?
Who? Where? Do I know Pendarr?
I'm reading the chat. We've got a top of the list, OG Sunshine. So
yeah,
how nice to have you. Yeah, she's awesome.
She's
so thanks for setting up the tables and the red solo cups. And then the real Justine is here. So thus far, it's kind of ladies' night. And we've got Camellia.
I did ask the mean girls to come, so hopefully they'll be filtering in.
Well, super. Yeah, I'm sure that as the notice goes out, people go, oh, yeah, it's that time. They'll get streaming. But it's ladies' night so far.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure we've got a few lurky turkeys in there, and that's fine. We love our lurkers.
Yes.
We lurky you long time.
$5.
That's right.
Well, so how was your day today? Did you work hard?
Yeah, I did my real job, which and I'm smoking a picnic roast right now for.
Man, you gotta have to start for that.
Yeah, I've gotta. Well, I'm not doing a whole pig. It's just the butt, which is of course actually the shoulder. They call it the butt, but it's a shoulder. But my birthday's Saturday, or that's my party, and so I'm starting to cook food tonight.
Yeah.
So we got the ham's going tonight, so I'll do pulled pork tonight, and then I'll do the brisket tomorrow, and then Saturday we'll reheat, get things warmed up, and then cook the burgers and the dogs and the whatever else we're gonna make.
A lot of food. How many people are you gonna have?
Between 20 and 22.
That's a good amount.
It's packs up my deck pretty good, and we have a good time. And and I've mentioned it here, but I'm really excited about this. I ordered Irish moonshine poutine.
Yes, you mentioned that.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is like. I suspect it's a smooth, it's a grain alcohol, but I think it's going to be fun. It's like going to have some whiskey characteristics without, the aging and the mellowing, but it's triple distilled, so it's gonna be pretty smooth and pretty mellow, even though
I hope so.
Well, you know what? If it isn't,
sometimes you buy stuff like that and it's like, oh, what did they get?
Yes, I've had a few that are like, Yeah, I've paid a little bit for some whiskeys and went, this was not your green grocer's Best Buy, but you don't know until you know.
I've just gone to buying stuff because the bottle's pretty. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty bottle. Let's get that one.
That's one thing. All right. Hey, some of the fellows are filtering in. There's our good friend Will D from the Art of Floundering podcast.
Yay!
And Mike from Rhodey's Jan Cave, who put out a new song. And of course, I'm going to blank the song. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I did see that he posted something.
Yeah, indeed. And Lord Spike Protein is someplace. Might be on Dom's channel. And just in case, guys, Dom's not here tonight. Dom's not here, man. So the chat will be on my channel. And so that way we can keep everybody together and everybody can see what everybody's posting. So I'm putting the link in the chat. If you're in Dom's chat, get out. Come over to my, yes, get out of the chopper.
Whipping Post, Almond Brothers Band. Great song.
Whipping, thank you. That Whipping Post. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that song.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, there's
Pendarr, who's in chat, had a birthday on Wednesday.
Oh, good for him.
Yep.
You know, at our age, it's just good to have birthdays, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yay. I've had another one.
He just gets cuter the older he gets. And he said, when he was going to bed last night, he said, thanks for a nice birthday.
Oh, how really nice.
Yeah, I like him.
Right.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, one would hope. You guys, how you guys got together, that story is adorable. And I don't know if everybody knows that story, and I don't know if you're interested in sharing right now, but I just thought it was cute as all get out.
I can. We met in EverQuest, and we met in a zone. Like, there's usually levels that you're supposed to be to be able to kill things successfully in a certain zone or not get killed in a certain zone. I was way too low to be there. He was way too high to be there. And we were like the only two in the zone. And I turned around the corner and I saw him, but there was mobs. We call them mobs. That attack you after me. And I was like, oh, I need to turn around because I'm going to, just throw these mobs on this guy. So I turned around and ran away. And I didn't know, was a lot higher level than me. And he just kind of walked out of this room and was watching me fight these mobs. And he's like, do you need any help? And I was like, no, but I was sweating. I was like, oh man. He was a warrior. He couldn't heal me or nothing. All he could do was like kill this stuff, but I was too proud to ask for help. Anyways, that's how we met. And we just had seen each other. There's my son. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
And we just kind of ran into each other in different places, and it just kind of went on from there. But we've been playing that same game all these 25 years later.
That's adorable. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. If I can find it real quick, I'm going to add a little something. And because my wife and I are celebrating I wonder what I did with it.
Hey, Amber.
Flamingo. There it is. Okay. I'm uploading this real quick, but my wife and I are celebrating, is it 30? Let's see. We've been married. This will be 35 years in.
Wow.
So this was 36, 37 years ago. So yeah, I'm going to show this real quick. This was the invite.
Don't be blue with nothing to do. Come in the pink and dance and drink. Oh, that's great.
See, June 18th, so a couple days ago. So 37 years ago.
So you were swimming, sunning, dancing, eating, drinking. Was that your wedding? Was that your wedding?
No, this was how we met. And here's the funny story behind this. She worked with these two Anns. They were all accountants. But the Ann W, or Ann C. Now I get them confused. It doesn't matter because that's their maiden names. But they played on a women's softball team.
Okay.
And the softball team, my guitarist girlfriend played on it as well. And
cool.
And they were atrocious. Anne and Monty's girlfriend, Karen, and she was a Karen, and we can talk about that later.
All the memories.
Yeah, exactly. Recruited me because I'm a big softball guy, and I was playing, and they said, these girls need help. So I was their hitting instructor. Monty worked with them on fielding and everything, and we got them so that they were only terrible. Now, Karen and Ann were good. The rest of the gals needed help. Yeah. So at the end of the season, they threw this party, and it was just a big party, a thank you to the coaches, all that kind of stuff. So I show up in a pink. I didn't have anything pink at that time, although I wear pink a lot anymore. But I think I got a pink 57 Chevy T-shirt or something, and went to and met this little woman there, and we got talking, and the rest is history. It was struck by lightning, and we've been together ever since. Yep,
instantly fell in love.
We knew, knew. So and of course Karen would go by and go, she's not for you, and it was like, and I always ignored her, and that served me well over the years. Monty and Karen divorced 30 years ago, but
that's right. Of course they did. Stupid Karen.
But Kay and I are still together. So in your face, Karen.
Tyler wants to know: did she beat you at pool?
No, I don't think we ended up playing pool. I think we were playing other things, snorkeling in the pool, tongue hockey, other things. Yeah, we moved on to other activities. So, I don't think we actually played pool, but a good time was had by all till the cops showed up, and then
Of course. Well, that's when the party's over.
That's when, or just it's time to move the party someplace else, which is kind of what we did. But so a little trip down memory lane. That's
really cool. I love it.
How Pendarr and Mandar got together, and how Chris Lane Sr. and Mrs. Sr. got together.
Yep. And you never know. You never know how it's going to happen.
You never know. And I wasn't looking for a relationship or anything. I'm just there to get my drink on and have a good time. And,
neither Mandar and I weren't looking for anything either, so it was just like so meant to be, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's often how that works. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and you know it. So a couple more people have wandered in. I see my buddy Clayton Von Kluge, KVK. How are you, Clayton? Good to see you. DJ, I wanted to highlight old DJ tomorrow night, baby. Well, his Edmonton Oilers, they've been facing elimination for the last couple games, but they've got it back to Edmonton, and if they can win this game somehow, they will push it to Game 7, in which case the Florida Panthers are the biggest gagging dogs. Linda Lovelace will look at them and go, guys, come on. Yeah.
You had it.
Yeah, had him 3-0.
Wow.
Come on,
That's
man.
Embarrassing right there.
If they shut him out.
Watching, I'm sorry. If
the
Penguins aren't in it, Mandar's not really interested. He'll watch, but
I'm a hockey guy. What can I say? DJ's a huge hockey guy, and of course his team is the Oilers. So
okay.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Even if Florida does manage to beat them tomorrow night, really? 4-3, you finally win the series after being up 3-0, they'll still be Stanley Cup champions, but they'll be lame Stanley Cup champions.
Sometimes I think that stuff is planned, right? They go to Game 7, in so many sports, so many times, right?
Yeah, that's a ratings thing. NFL, I believe, is totally fixed. I don't think hockey is, although they've had some crooked refs that they've found betting on games. But really? I know the NFL is fixed. I don't even watch. Don't care.
Yeah.
But I still believe hockey is legit. Now, I could be wrong, but I think
You're
so.
You're a purist.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Okay. Whatever, Sodom. Behave or be gone, brother. That's how this works here.
Jeez.
Yep. Well, and this is the thing. McDavid was a giant McNothing through the first part of the playoffs, had some assists, and he's figured it out. And he has been red hot carrying the team on his back, which is what guys like that are supposed to do. My guy McKinnon here said after the season, he goes, I didn't do enough. As great as he is, he got to the playoffs and he didn't do enough. And he's angry. Well, I think people will find out next year. I think he'll take it out on him. But yeah. And you know what? And Detroit has finally stopped sucking. I mean, they're still not good, but they almost made the playoffs this year. And next year I would expect them to. But they were great for years, and then they were terrible. And now they're back to being respectable, at least.
Yeah. Well, I hope it works out for him. I mean,
well, it will or it won't.
Mandar's a big Penguins fan, so every year he's always watching them, and he gets so frustrated. And
they're
up and they're down, and they're up and they're down.
Yeah, I think the Penguins they got old, and I think and it's hard. It's really hard to stay on top of the salary cap. I mean, Avs are going to bump up against this here. They're already bumping up against it to a certain extent. And, Crosby's still playing and he's still great, but man, that's a ton of cap. And
yeah,
it makes it hard. You got to develop young, cheap people to go when you have a couple studs.
You got to let the Brett Favres go and the Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, exactly.
Fan, if you couldn't tell.
Have a coffee. Go have a coffee. Enjoy your coffee.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, well, they a long time ago. Also, I mean, they all do eventually. Only two teams ain't playing golf, and one of them will be, if not tomorrow night, in sometime before the end of the week, they're going to be playing golf.
Yeah. Well, and that's what you work for, right? You work to have a good record, to have a good history, that people can look back at what you did and then retire.
Yep, and go
exactly. With the rankings. That's what you're supposed to do anyway.
I don't know where Tyler's at, but man, those Stars fans are obnoxious. I dislike those guys.
Two of his best friends have season tickets and they go to the games. They love them.
Yeah, I mean, pole vault, claims to like the Dallas Stars, but I'm not convinced pole vault can spell hockey. I'm not. I don't know that he can. He might. And if he's lurking, that'll pull him out.
Right.
I miss pole vault. I miss pole vault and Sunshine Show on Monday.
Me too.
That was a good show, and I get why they got done. God, that was a lot of work that they put in. Doing all those videos, better than anybody how much work had to go into that. But I still miss it.
I know. Me too. Nice people.
Oh, they're lovely people. I want to meet them someday because I'll drink whiskey with Sunshine and play guitar with pole vault and pet his cats.
Yeah, actually, I could meet them someday. I mean, I don't know where they are in Texas, but I get there sometimes because both my kids are there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have. I have some distant family in Texas. They're closer to the Austin area. They're not in Dallas. Now, my brother lived Grand Prairie for a long time until he moved back to Colorado 20 years ago or whatever.
Grand Prairie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was on the lake or very close to the lake there. But
nice.
But he's been back in Colorado now 20 plus years.
I spent some time on that lake myself. Well, I used to live in Texas for quite a while. I worked as an air traffic controller at DFW, the Fort Worth Center, which is there. Yeah. And then I got transferred to Waco. And then I left Waco for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Hey, Redstone, how are you, honey?
For being an air traffic controller all those years, your hair is remarkably dark. God bless you. That's impressive.
That's L'Oreal.
Okay.
That's not natural. That's L'Oreal. By the way, I still have blue.
Do you have some blue? I was going to ask about that.
It's kind of grayish blue right around there.
Okay.
Time to color.
Well, that was cool. I was so impressed with you on Metal Fest. God dang, you look like you were having fun.
I was having fun. That was a good time.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Nervous, but I was just having fun. Yeah.
I understand that. I am relatively zen when I play those shows, but you should have at least a little bit of nerves
Yeah.
And I don't drink when I play, but on those big ones, I'll have just a little bit just to make sure that, we're loose and we're okay, and we're breathing in and out, and we don't get too tight.
2 people in chat helped me a lot. Of course, Mandar, he helped me with my sound and everything, and and I would practice songs, and he'd be like, maybe you should do this one instead. Tyler, my son, said, when you sing that Holy Diver song, you got to be like out there. You got to be like Jack Black, and you got to be like a Holy Diver, just like theatrical.
Yeah.
And so I tried to pull a little of that.
And I got to say, that song, all your songs were really good, but I thought you owned that one. I was really impressed with that. Because, again, Dio's not easy to sing. He's very distinctive, and you did it, but you made it your own. It was just good.
Thank you very much. That song is not easy because it doesn't repeat itself. It sounds kind of like it does, but every little bit, there's so many nuances. Anyway, I had a good time.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Hey, Redstone, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Lane.
One of my MG, my mean girl.
All right. And you know Pendarr. So thanks for wandering over here and hanging out with us tonight. And thanks to Pendarr for co-hosting. I just, we've been threatening, and with Dom being kind of in and out this summer, I'm going to have a little rotation of guest hosts, but expect to see Pendarr a lot when she's available, because she's a great co-host, and I like hanging out with her.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I need a raise.
Yeah. You know what? I will double your salary.
Perfect.
Because twice of nothing is still nothing.
Still nothing from nothing.
Still nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have my eternal gratitude.
I know. I'm happy to do it, though.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's cool. Just fun for all of us to get together. And I think that was one of the better things about Metal Fest is G-May just approached Hippie and said, bro, you're the OG of this. You're the metal guy. Come co-host this thing with me. And Jeff, to the best of my knowledge, has never done that before. But he agreed to do it. And those two were like peas and carrots. They were great together.
And that's another reason that kind of calmed my nerves, because they're both so ingratiating, and they're both so kind,
Yes, they're good dudes. They're both really, really good dudes. And so, that was fantastic. Hey, there he is, John Wiggs. I'm going to say Wiggs. I say Wiggy. Good to see
That's what I start calling him too, Wiggy.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you call him Wiggy? I mean, that's kind of a hockey nickname, right?
That's right. The Wigster.
Yeah. Wiggy, who was also super on Metal Fest. I mean, he picked good songs for his voice and what he does.
Yep. Absolutely.
And while I was bummed, I still got to play my set, which I did last week, and so it was great, And
when Dom comes back, we'll have to have him play his metal set.
He was really thinking he was going to play seriously heavy stuff like Iron Maiden and everything, but do it really acoustic, and it would have been interesting to see him do it. And
I would like
he had worked up a couple of them, so maybe he'll do that at some point. And hopefully he can do Country Fest. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I'll tell everybody now, I'm done. I'm ready to go. We could do Country Fest Saturday. I'm ready to go.
That's great.
Now I am going to make one. I mean, I've got a set already done, but I wrote another song today, and I'm playing it and went, I gotta work this one up and get it down, because all of a sudden, that would go on Country Fest.
Oh, that's so great.
So I may have 4 originals for Country Fest.
Wow.
We'll see.
That's impressive.
Well, and the other thing is, we've got 20 minutes, but as we know, things don't go according to plan. And when I did Funk Fest, I could have done another 2 songs. And so I'm just gonna have that mindset that if it's a part of the program and we're ahead of schedule or something, somebody had to drop out or whatever, it's like, no problem. I'll play a couple extra songs. I got you, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Jeff to say play 2 more because I said I got 1 more, and he said play 2 more, and I wasn't expecting that at all. But I was happy to do it.
So, in answer to your question, DJ, yes, and I got another one today that just popped into my head, and I quick grabbed my phone and hit GarageBand and recorded the idea and fleshed it out a little bit, and I'm going to work on that between now and then. So,
well, and you have like almost 2 months, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah, got this one.
Well, and I think it was because I had really prepped for Metal Fest, and then it was like, and then it was like, well, you know what? I'm going to play my set. And then so I got kind of back up again, and now I'm just in the mindset for it.
Good.
So,
I like it.
And hell, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
That's right.
Never say never. There he is, the dog paw. What's going on? Meow to you, my friend. Always good to see the dog paw in the chat.
Another nice person. Very nice.
Yeah, man, talented dude. And smart and funny. And I like smart and funny. So Wendy snuck in someplace. There she is.
Hey, Wendy.
I missed. There, no, I got it. Yeah, there's Wendy right there. I love her voice. Man, again, G-May knows how to pick the co-host, doesn't he? I mean, Wendy's going to be great. Well, basically, Country Fest is her idea, and G-May's like, let's go with it. Yeah, she was kind of. I wanted to do Breast Fest, but
well,
come out to play. but no, that idea got shut down. So we went with Wendy's.
Peg wants Blues Fest.
Well, that's a no-brainer. I mean, that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, guess what, DJ? Yeah, I know Pendarr because Pendarr did my last video, and Pendar's doing one for me right now, and Pendarr is going to be because I like to have the performance aspect in the videos, but doing the background and doing the other stuff and the conceptualization, I really like doing it, but man, does it take a lot of time, and work is such that I do not have the time to do what I'd like to do. So I phoned a friend, and my friend is really talented. So
well, I enjoy doing that kind of stuff too, but sometimes it's so time consuming, and I'm not even working now. I'm retired. So
yeah,
I can't imagine if I had to work a 40-hour job and find the time to do life things and family things and then have a show once a week. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't sleep that much. Well, that could be. Hey, that'll be if I show up on G-May's Saturday. You just know that I'll be liquored up.
Oh hell yeah! Because you'll have that fancy Irish stuff too.
Oh yeah, and other whiskeys and maybe my Summer Serenity, which is vodka, cherry liqueur, strawberry lemonade, and crushed ice. And it's
vodka cherry liqueur.
Yeah, cherry liqueur.
Why don't you just get cherry flavored vodka?
Because it's different.
It's different. Okay.
I mean, the cherry liqueur is a very heavy cherry flavor, whereas cherry vodka would work, but the mix, and it also changes the color a little bit. It's just something I invented a couple years ago for summer parties, and it's glorious.
So, and you can't use grenadine, I suppose.
Maybe you could. I didn't try it. I mean, I had cherry liqueur, so I used that, and it worked.
It's the recipe. Stick with the recipe.
Right. Why did I even have cherry liqueur? I was baking something. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I was into baking for a while, and then I kind of got out of it.
That makes sense. Don't you hate it when you look up recipes and somebody's always in there going, I love this recipe, except for I changed, instead of lamb, I put in pork, and then instead of garlic, I put in the onion stuff, and then it was perfect.
Yeah, well, I gotta admit, I'm that guy. I mean, I'll look at recipes and everything and go, yeah, but I don't have that, or I don't like that, or whatever. And before you know it, it's like, well, that was a suggestion.
Yeah,
I've totally changed it.
Yeah.
So, and yes, cherries it's yummy. It's
most things cherries.
Refreshing summer drink. And they go down very smoothly.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes, Gene Simmons hates alcohol. God. I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
I hate overrated rock stars had terrible plastic surgery. So there you go. In your face, Simmons.
Same.
Yep. Well, our guest, or our special featured artist tonight, is somebody that everybody in the community usually really digs, and that is Kiddkain and his partner in crime, DJ Lenny. So we 100%. Will be playing a little bit of their music tonight. And again, I tell everybody this every week. We're not a big music playing show, but we do like to feature an artist that Dom and I like to listen to. And so we'll give them a couple songs and perhaps expose, maybe some of you in the chat have not heard of them yet. And you can, if you haven't, you check them out and you'll sub them up and you won't be disappointed. Because we don't play junk here.
Yep.
Yes, it's, his only recipe, butter and salt, butter and salt.
That's what we do too. It was like you had all those
cows.
And then anything with sugar, we can't have that either. So.
Yeah, I don't use a lot of sugar, although my barbecue rub does. It's a traditional rub, so it does have brown sugar in it.
Yeah, that's normal.
As does my barbecue sauce, because hello.
Yeah, it's normal.
But I don't put sugar basically in anything else. I go through a lot of sugar, but that's because I make hummingbird food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to do that. We don't have any around here.
Oh, I love watching my little hummingbirds.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I would be watching them right now if I didn't have the show, because they love the evening, so.
Last time I went to Texas, we were at a place near Austin. And there was all these hummingbird feeders. And, of course, when you have the feeders out, there's going to be hummingbirds.
Yeah.
They were everywhere. It was really, I just love looking at them. You can hear that little bzzz, their little wings bzzz.
Now, and then that's funny because the city noise masks them a little bit. They sneak up on my wife and I all the time in the garden because we'll see them, but we don't usually hear them until they chirp when they're done eating and they're happy and they chirp and say, hey, thanks for the chow, and off they go. Now, when we're up in the mountains, we can hear them a ways away, and we can always know the hummingbirds around. But in the city, they're hard to hear, or at least around our place.
I can see that. Well, it's like white noise or whatever.
Yeah, just their wings. It's a very specific frequency, and it's difficult for me to pick up. And of course, my wife and I's hearing is not getting better.
Mm-hmm.
We're making each other repeat a lot more here the last 6 months.
Yeah. See, we have some Gene Simmons lovers in the.
Yeah, don't meet your heroes, guys. That's just.
And chances are we'll never meet him to punch him in the nose. So.
Hey, you know what?
Get yourself all worked up.
Can you get exposed? No.
Now, Pendarr told Ozzy to go F himself once. I think he'll have to tell you the story himself because I'm.
Yeah, I don't want to get it wrong. Yes, clean your feeder. Make sure there's no mold in there because that really can hurt the hummingbirds. So I clean them every time. Yes, I know you do. Honestly, that gave me the idea. I mean, the song came up and I went, it's perfect. Yeah, why, right?
Yeah, it's a good one.
It really is. And we've played it here before because, and there you go, Wiggs. Yeah, check out Wiggsy's channel. He needs some friends. Help Wiggy out.
Here we go.
See, well, the ladies are taking care of Johnny.
There we go.
Yes. Yeah, Michael's got hummingbirds all over, which is nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I wish we had some, but we don't. They're probably, up where somebody feeds them constantly, and so
Well, for the longest time, I wasn't sure they came to our area of the city. And because I had hummingbird feeders for a while, and they would go down, but I never saw them. And then, but I figured out when it was they feed. And now I've just got more of them now. I think I was getting 1, 2. Now I've got 10 that hang in this area that I can identify. 10 different ones that, are just somewhere in the area.
Did you name them?
No, we kind of just do it by coloration and size.
That's cool.
I mean, we should name them, but we've named our snake. That's Stanley, the snake who lives under the deck.
Oh, nice.
And I haven't seen him lately because usually I see him as I'm stepping off, and then he's down there and he wiggles and we startle each other.
Well, maybe Stanley met with the hawk or something, and he won't be coming back.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she has had babies under the deck because we saw little ones last year, and we saw him go through the strawberries. One of the kids this year, but I've only seen Stanley once.
Okay.
And I saw a mouse the other day come out from under the deck, so I'm sure Stanley will find him at some
Sleeping
point.
on a job.
Yeah. Well,
so is that true? If you put out a feeder, they'll come back every year?
Yes. Yeah, not only that, but apparently you will imprint on them, and they know you. And later in the summer, they will fly basically right up to us. I had one land on me last year. Landed on my shoulder briefly and then flew off. So, yeah, they're pretty cool birds.
But I swear we put out like 1 or 2 feeders at 1 year, and I'm just like, I don't see anything coming to get it, and it wasn't going down any, and I was like, well, they're just not around here, so I quit putting the food out.
Yeah, in different areas of the country. I mean, where you are, they may go ahead and not stay there. They may just go ahead and head north. The ones that I have here are ones that they say, this is as far as I want to go. Because they migrate clear down to Mexico and even South America. It's amazing how far these go. And some of them will migrate as far north as Canada.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. And they're like, how did they even get there? Those little tiny wings, right?
They can haul. They can fly very quickly.
Butterflies that go from here all the way to Mexico, right? Every year. And
yep,
how do they navigate? Like the wind is pushing them all over the place. How can they get there?
Nature is amazing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm a fan.
Me too.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's kick off one of our featured artists tonight.
All right.
And for those of you who are new, our featured artist is Kiddkain. And is this the right? Dun, 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 dun. Is this the right one? No. Where did Kiddkain go? Oh, for F's sakes.
Did you lose our featured artist?
Yeah. It's looking remarkably like I did.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there. Oh no. Okay, now I was looking in the wrong spot.
All right, we're back on track.
I'm a professional host. Well, maybe not, but. And I'm enough of a professional host to know that it's going to try and play the ad. So we'll let the ad go, and then.
Right.
Then we'll play the song, and this is his latest and a very cool song. He just put this out last month, and again with his buddy DJ Lenny, and this is called Echoes.
Oh yeah,
of Home.
It's really good.
Silhouettes of memories deep into the morning light, like a whisper in the wind, yeah. Take me through these lonely nights, feel like I'm home again. Another footprint in the sand, and these echoes of home, and these echoes of home, they keep calling me back to the place where my heart rolls. And these echoes of home, they keep calling me back to the place where my heart rolls. To the place where my heart rolls. To the place where my heart rolls. Another shot of Hennessy, another hit of weed again, another loss between a friend, yeah. Even though these times have changed, but the echoes still remain, and the heart still hurts the same. And these echoes of home, and these echoes of home, they keep calling me back to the place where my heart rolls. And these echoes of home, they keep calling me back to the place where my heart rolls. And these echoes of home, they keep calling me back to the place where my heart rolls. And these echoes of home, they keep calling me back to the place where my heart rolls.
All right. That Kiddkain, that
I
song
love
has a
it.
little power, right?
It does. It
Dang.
does. I love that voice too.
Yeah, Kiddkain has a very, very distinctive voice, and I'm a big fan of it. I think it's
Same.
very cool.
And his accent too is just really
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I would have enjoyed his interview with Jade Starr a lot more had I actually been able to hear it, because God bless these puppies. They wanted to be on Jade Starr's show more than Kiddkain did, apparently. And they were raising a ruckus, as they say.
John Wiggs,
And
he's right. It kind of sounds like acts, like his the way he sings is a lot of big vowels.
yes.
It's really nice. It's really soothing. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're, and physically, I think they're in the same area. And of course, as we know, DJ can attest, everybody in Canada knows everybody else because, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's very small.
Exactly.
Well, I grew up in Wisconsin, and we always thought Canada was just upper Wisconsin. So, that's
Kind of.
where we go fishing in the summer. It's upper Wisconsin.
Pretty much. It's, but yeah, the Canadians like to joke about that. Oh, yeah, we know each other. Even though
Of course.
well, I mean, it's a huge country, but there ain't a lot of people up there for as big as the country is. There's a whole lot of,
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of miles and miles of miles and miles.
Oh, yes. And I was reading some statistic. I believe it said that 75% of the population in Canada is within 90 miles of the U.S. border.
Yeah, there's a lot to that, and there's, I mean, there's people other places, but yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
they
Zach
just don't have
Thong.
roads. The roads just stop, and then there's no more roads.
Yeah,
You have to take a plane when you want to get there.
nowhere to go.
Hey, Zach.
That's interesting to know, Wendy, because Steve Horloa had kind of gotten out of the interview business there for a little while.
Oh,
I know I'd done an interview with him. Oh, that was a good year and a half ago.
wow.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that on replay. And how dare anybody do anything interesting when I'm on? What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell, bro? Get after Dave's not here. Because literally Dave's not here. He's over with Aloha. So, damn it. Well, you would literally be colder. Yes. I don't know if you'd be cooler, but you'd be colder.
Can't get much cooler. Right? And KVK, he's pretty cool.
KVK is pretty cool. I'm just waiting for him to tell me that he's got his gear a little touched up, because he and I were working on a couple things, and then he had a little technology meltdown and kind of stopped our progress on it. So I moved on to other things. Well, but I keep everything.
You just circle back. Just circle back.
Circle back. That's right. Circle back. So what have you got coming up? You and Mrs. High, otherwise known as Pegs, do a show every Saturday. And
every Saturday.
Kind of a lead into G-Maze.
It kind of is. It kind of turned out that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes now we kind of get carried away. And like we try to end like around 3 hours. But if we have all these people up on panel, and especially if a couple new people came on panel and they want to sing for a while, we'll keep going. Sometimes we play till like 12:30, and then I'm too pooped to go sing on G-Maze.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a young chicken anymore. So but yeah, we try to do this 7 to 10 thing, and it's worked out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Bad for Pegs, because Pegs, for a while there, she was doing not only her full-time 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, but then she was also doing live karaoke at a bar Thursday nights and Sunday nights, and then she was doing karaoke with me on Saturday nights. It's like she had no free time, just to chill, just to take like a long nap and have a pedicure, whatever, you know what I mean? And so I felt terrible about that. And I even said, hey, anytime you want to just not do this, we can just take a Saturday off. We'll just, you got to be good to yourself too. So
absolutely. Well, this can be so fun, but you can get burned out if you're not careful. Dom experienced a little bit of that. He was really pushing to get his hours and all that kind of stuff, and ended up aggravating a pre-existing neck condition, and then of course had to have the surgery and everything. And
right.
He's working on having a little better balance now.
When he's got kids, and they're out.
And he's got young kids, so that makes a difference. Whereas, my boys are old men. My baby's 33, so.
Yeah, well, Tyler's my youngest, and how old are you, Tyler? I forget.
Good one, Mom.
I always forget. Let's see, his sister's going to be, 6 years, 38, 37, or 38, one of the two.
Okay, yeah. See, my oldest is 38.
Yeah, so he's my youngest.
Oh, he's your baby, huh?
He's my baby.
Yeah, my baby will be over for my party and everything. And again, he's big. He looks a lot like me, but dark hair. Dark hair, dark beard. But, physically we look almost identical.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, and he's got awesome hair too, but it's dark. It's dark hair.
That's neat. I like that. Well, Tyler and I guess we kind of have similar features because we both have the brown eyes, but he's got really nice hair. Really nice curly hair. Mine is not curly.
Yeah. Mine's kind of wavy. His is actually, Sean's is a little wavier than mine, actually.
My daughter will be coming up here towards the end of the month, like in another 8 days, I think. She's driving from Texas to go to Pittsburgh for the Anthrocon Furry Convention.
Oh, okay.
She makes fursuits.
Yeah, you had mentioned that, and we've seen pictures.
That's right, you saw their wedding.
How in the world do you get into that? I'm just curious. How do you end up just deciding, you know what, I'm going to make fursuits?
I don't really know. I think she was always doing art, and she was doing a lot of the art dolls that are posable and have fur on them, which kind of like led into looking at conventions where they have that sort of thing. And I think she would go to like Comic Cons, and there's anime cons, and she did a lot of anime sort of art. But then she was doing actual dolls. I can show you a couple of pictures here in a minute. But yeah, she just kind of got into what happens with that, the fur, and her dolls. She was making, a couple $100, $200, $300 for these posable furry dolls.
Really?
Well, she can make $2,500, $3,000.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine on those suits.
Yeah, she just bought a fursuit last year when she came up here, and she paid like $5,500 for it.
Good Lord!
I paid that for my car.
Yeah, I'm too cheap for that shit. I would buy an old used car before I would buy a. Well, and again, I mean, I wear a fursuit normally. I don't need the extra layers. I'm looking at Will's comment down here. I can't imagine hiking in a fursuit.
Well, yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm
now,
such a
I don't
nut.
know why they do this in Pittsburgh right around the 4th of July. It's the hottest time of the year, right? And
that makes not a lot of sense. Thank you.
The very first year she says, "Mom, I'm coming up. We're going to Anthrocon." I'm like, "Yay." I didn't even know what that was. She goes, "And I bought you a fursuit." And I'm like, "Yay." So we went together. I had a white dragon fursuit and everything, and I got a heat rash all over my face. I couldn't even wear it.
Shocking. Yeah. I don't know how the animals do it. But,
I know.
Well,
they have built-in, double layered fur that keeps them cool and keeps them warm.
I guess. My goodness. I just know this. When I go hiking, I basically wear nylon running shorts and a t-shirt. And that's in December. In the summer, and I'm dying because I just,
yeah.
And that's at 10,000, 12,000 feet. I'm still sweating. So,
right.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, when they do these conventions, they have rooms that are all air conditioning and fans, and they could take off their heads. And,
I would imagine. Yeah, they would have to, because you could have people getting heat prostitution.
They do. Yeah, they pass out. You're supposed to, like, all the volunteers are on lookout for people that are just laying on the floor and not moving.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, somebody walk around with a stick and poke them and go, no.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one twitched. He's okay. But they call them the headless lounges, right? And you're not supposed to take your fursuit head off in public, like in front of the normies, because it breaks the magic. Like if a guy, it's like got a fursuit on and you take the head off, it's not magic anymore. You're not that little fox person.
Right. Well, of course, dying of heat exhaustion in front of kids
that
ruins the magic too. Just saying.
Making some magic.
The unicorn's dead, magic. Daddy. I'm sorry, kid. Charlie, good to see you, man. Charlie Gabaldon, prestigious and prodigious live streamer. He's doing Fridays. He's doing Sundays. Sundays. He does other days. So
does he? Because I only know the Friday and Sunday.
Well, he'll pop on every once in a while. Yeah. So that's his Fridays or Sundays are his usual gig, but he does other ones sometimes.
I like how he kicks off the weekend and then he ends the weekend, and we all know what day it is.
Thank you, Dogpaw. I'm glad someone pays attention.
I heard it. I just didn't want to acknowledge.
Okay, yeah, it's fair. You're doing a great job substituting for Dom. It's just like he's not. It's like he's here.
He never left. I'm just assuming.
Assuming the persona.
Mm-hmm.
You
Sucking
poor thing.
Well, you get him right back with some singers too. I've seen him.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have. Yeah.
And I know you enjoy it too.
Absolutely. So. Well, again, we're buddies, and there's nothing better when two pals busting each other's balls.
Yep. Yeah, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah. good to see you. Pole vault, how are you, buddy? We were talking about you
Pole vault.
earlier.
Woo!
Yeah, and then we were just saying we miss your and Sunshine show. It was a great show.
Yes.
And we enjoyed it.
And we talked a little bit about the Dallas Stars. Little.
Yeah, just a little bit. They suck. Oh, we're... You know, there's such a thing as too much information, John.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know. I don't think John knows, but there is such a thing.
I'm sure he doesn't break the magic, though. He doesn't take his head off.
I would hope not. No, he doesn't take anything off. He doesn't take off his sunglasses. He doesn't turn on his lights. He just, no.
I do have a question for John. How do you see the lyrics and everything when he's got the sunglasses on and it's dark?
It's an excellent question.
No, I don't know. Maybe he just memorizes them that well.
Maybe he's that good.
Yeah, I'm not that good. Especially when I'm nervous. I got to have those lyrics there. Just even though I might know the song pretty well, I got to have the lyrics in front of me. Yeah, non-polarized. That's it. Oh, he doesn't see.
Okay, well, that makes some sense, which explains why he misses the button sometimes, because he couldn't see it. All right. Because that's how cool Clayton is. He wears sunglasses to bed.
At night.
Yep. There you go. Yep, he's got that one. I use, if it's a real new song or it's a cover that I've not really done before, only done once or twice, I'll keep the lyrics up. But as a rule... I just do better when I'm not trying to read and play and all that other stuff. But
yeah,
that's highly situational. There are
but
times...
it is true. In fact, Tyler and I talked about this. If you have to stop and look at the lyrics, you're breaking your momentum in the song and the actual natural rhythm that you have going. To stop and look at the lyrics, even just make sure that you have it right. It's just just a little tiny factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I will admit too, I've been on live streams and there's been a request or I just get a wild hair, in which case I'll look up a song and, figure out, okay, this chords will work and then, I know keys that work well for my voice and I'll transpose it if I need to. And sometimes I'll just rip off a song just to try it. And, nice. I enjoy working without a net. Sometimes it works. Other times it's like, well, that was a mistake. And I've now beclowned myself in front of all these nice people, but
I know.
You don't know until you know.
What? Nobody cares. And they love it, especially if you do try something new you've never tried before. I think people like that.
I like doing it.
If you really
I like to try it. Yeah.
Well, you totally mess up the song, maybe they wouldn't like it so much.
Yeah. Well, the one that I thought when I did Gary Hubb's song, and he was honored that I just did it, but I was bummed because I didn't do it nearly as well as I had practiced it. And I've since changed the key again, and now I'm playing it really well. And I will play Hub's song in the future just because I love that song. It's a cool song.
Saturday at Camp G-May when you're all plastered.
And here I'm going. I've dug a shallow grave for myself in the backyard after this show. Some yes, some no. Some of the lives like I just said, I've done first takes. When I record, a lot of times they're first takes, but they're not, and I'll explain that. When I write a song, I do basically a scratch track. It's like, okay, here's where I want to play and sing, and I'll go and put guitar and vocals on there, and then I'll go back and program all the drums and really make the breaks the way I want them and all that kind of stuff. And then I go back and record the vocals, record new guitars, then record the bass, et cetera, et cetera. And at that point, because I've done it, a lot of times the vocals are first take. Now I do double track a lot of vocals, so
Okay.
obviously that's not going to be first take because I'm singing along with myself. But and
Just so you know,
now
there's
guitar
a June
solos,
bug in here.
that's not the case.
I'm
I
reaching
mean,
in the air. I'm not on meth. There's just a June bug in here, and I'm trying to grab.
yes, I hate those guitar solos. Those are many, 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 many takes because I'm not a great lead guitar player, and I have to put the work in there. So
Interesting. Do you use like a click track to
always,
get the rhythm down? Always.
yeah. And I've got I'm a bass player, but so I've got rhythm, I've got music. But for a song that you're going to record and put out to people, you have to use a click track just to make sure. And I check myself every once in a while and find that, as good as my rhythm is, it's not good enough over the course of a 3, 4, 5 minute song.
Wow, really?
It wavers too much. And so
Wow.
I always, start with a click track. Then again, I'll program the drums. The drums are, on the grid to a large extent, and then I'll play to those, and then I can be looser and have a better feel and play around with the rhythm. But it's one of those things. There's nobody that's recorded professionally since probably the mid '70s that didn't use a click track. It just standard operating procedure.
Well, see, I'm not used to that at all, and I've been wanting to record a little, and Pendarr says, "Well, you better get used to playing with a click track." And I'm like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "You won't like it at first, but
it is a thing." My kid's a drummer, and his natural click track kicks ass, but still recording, you gotta have the click track because you're doing it in fragments. And, you might be on rhythm, really well one day, but you take a break and you come back an hour later and it's different. And
yeah, that's true.
so that just makes sure that things stay the way they need to stay.
That makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I learned early on, when we were paying in studios with tape and everything, to be really good with punch-ins, because if you've got a performance that's 98% there and you flub 2 notes, doing the whole thing over again, it makes no sense. Just play that part, get those notes right, and punch it in and get on with your life.
Yeah.
And I definitely do that recording. Not so much with vocals. I probably comp less vocals than a lot of singers.
Really?
But I may comp more bass than some because, again, I'm kind of a free flowy bass guy. And a lot of times I'll go, man, I was on a good track there. And then what the hell did you hit there? That one, that note didn't work, bro. And so, I'll punch in notes on bass fairly frequently.
Because as a whole, it was better. Instead of playing the whole thing again.
Yeah, the feel was right. And again, a lot of times I'll go ahead and record the whole thing, but I'll just pull the 2 notes or the little section that I wasn't happy with in the first take or the second take with a different take, and just punch in those little bits.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just a way to do it. And, again, by that time, after I've written the song, and now since I play live so often, I get a chance to kind of play the songs and drive them and really get them in my head live before I commit to putting them on in the DAW. And so, I've got a pretty good roadmap when I go in at the beginning, so I'm not just farting around in the studio trying to create something. Yeah. Although I've certainly done that too.
Now, is your studio, you have a dedicated area that's, it's soundproof, whatever, and you're comfortable and it's nice
soundproof-ish.
Don't have
it's my office. Yeah, no, God, I don't have air conditioning down here. I've got a fan running right now, and I've got the the noise gate on this mic really jacked up high. So only when I talk in it you can hear it, because otherwise you'd hear the fan go.
Okay.
But it's just too
Well, I've
hot
got
otherwise.
a fan there and a fan there, and a dog outside barking, and my parrot wants to go to sleep, so he'll be screaming pretty soon.
Yeah, it's not the best environment but this is my normal office and everything. It doubles as my recording studio, and I've got, well, you can see the guitars behind me. I've got 5 guitars lined up that I can grab, whichever one I need to use, and my bass. And
do you have a green screen back there?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Yes, my place really is not a bar.
Well, I know, but sometimes you can use you can use without a green screen. You can still have like a fake background.
Yes.
It's not ideal though. Like it'll cut off your arms and stuff.
Oh, with my hair, it doesn't work at all.
Oh, I'm sure. I just bought a green screen thing. I've got addicted to this online auction stuff, and I bought this green screen thing, but it's huge. It's like movie set big.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, well, I really didn't need something that big.
Yeah, I'm probably going to purchase another one and go to a blue screen. And my reason for doing so is allegedly people with hair my color, the blue works a little bit better than the green. I do have to do a lot of color correction in my videos because the hair takes on a little greenish cast.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, now it may take on a bluish cast, but it's a little easier to correct the blue, I think. So I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. I mean, Amazon, it's $30 or something. So if it doesn't work, I've not broken the family budget.
Right. Very cool. I didn't even know you could use a blue screen. I always thought it had to be green. Learning stuff.
Yep. It's for a lot of the video things, any neutral background color, you can do orange, you can do anything you want. Now, StreamYard seemingly only likes green.
Okay.
I don't think they have a blue option. I could be misremembering, but I think that's correct. I think they say, do you have a green screen? And since I don't have a blue one, I haven't checked to see if it can figure out, oh, no, it's blue, not green. Okay.
See, there's Montreux. When I was singing Smoke on the Water. But see, like, sometimes your hands will be on there or they won't.
Right.
So it's like... Yeah,
that's always tricky.
If you had a green screen, it would look normal.
It would look more better. Yeah,
better.
It's not perfect.
Yeah.
To get it perfect, you really need high-end software and do the rotoscoping where it goes in and you can...
And I would guess things like OBS, like OBS is so much better as far as video goes.
On some levels, StreamYard is it's OBS under the hood, and it's got the interface is a little different, and they've dumbed some things down. But yeah, the basic engine that runs both of them is the same.
Really?
Yeah, that's a little fun factoid for you folks out there.
Yeah.
But most streamers like StreamYard. If you're casual, somebody like me. I mean, I had OBS for a couple years, and it was good, but it's complex to run, and you got to get a lot of auxiliary things to get the functionality. And Axe, some of these guys got it down. They're all about OBS.
Yeah, I mean, they do a fabulous job.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish I was that talented. I just have never even played with it.
Yeah, it's like everything else. You spend some time, you learn how to do it, and then it becomes second nature.
Right.
But I do this once a week, and then I show up on a live stream, and I don't have to know all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Online bullshit.
Indeed. Hey, I'll say hi to E. Urban. He has joined us.
Hey, Urban.
Always good to have E. Urban and his jokes handy. Yeah. Mountain mold. Yeah. Yeah, green is not a good look, I don't think. I mean, I love green on St. Patrick's Day. That I will say that's the other reason why I want to get a blue screen, because I think you guys know I'm big into St. Patrick's Day, and I do all the videos and all that other stuff, and I like to wear the green shirts.
Oh yeah,
which you can't do on a green screen, because then you look like a friggin' floating head, which is a weird look. And I can't play my green Strat because, again, it looks like I'm playing air. It looks like I'm playing air guitar. So, so the blue will give me some options. That's why I play the white telly in a lot of videos, even if I didn't use that guitar on the song necessarily. Chances are I use the Strat to record with it.
So you have no blue guitars?
Let's see. I have no blue guitars.
There you go.
I've got got reds and tobaccos, but no blue guitars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't wear blue shirts then.
Well, yeah, that would be the other thing. But I don't. I mean, it's not that I don't like blue, but I don't own a lot of blue clothing. I got a lot of black.
Yeah, same.
And green. But yeah, I don't have much blue.
Some pink.
I didn't even have that much red. I think about it, other than my Avalanche stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See. That's right. Respect my authority. I wonder when we're going to go back to Casa Bonita. Always, when I think of South Park, I think of the restaurant. There are people here in Denver that have been on the wait list for 2 years and have yet to go. My wife and I have been twice, and our thing is our lottery has come up 3 times, and one time
really?
we just decided not to do it. Yeah, we're not very lucky people, but as far as that goes, we've been pretty lucky. So
yeah, that sounds great.
And yeah, we really enjoyed it. It's a fun restaurant. Of course, Cartman has his own table there. You get your picture taken with Cartman, and it's a whole thing. It's a lot of fun.
I know you talked about it before. It sounds really cool.
It's a very cool experience. Casa Bonita was like a Denver icon for years and years and years, and you just went. The building is Pepto-Bismol pink, and it's decorated with kind of kitschy Mexican stuff inside. The food was all right at best. It was cafeteria kind of Mexican food, but it was they had the Cliff Drivers, and it was kind of a fun experience. And you took the kids, and my grandfather took me there a couple times because he lived in Lakewood back then. But the place really went downhill, and of course the pandemic, like so many restaurants, just about killed it off.
Yeah.
But because it's such a Denver icon, and the guys who created South Park, they're Colorado people. Went to University of Colorado. Went to Evergreen High School. Yeah, they're total Coloradans, which is why the whole South Park thing came up. They know South Park. South Park is a real place. So they, Comedy Central has been paying them millions and millions for years because it's the only thing on Comedy Central that's watchable.
Yeah, right.
And so they had the money, and they bought the restaurant and dumped $40 million into it or something. I mean, it was a lot of cash. It needed the work. And I might have that number wrong. Maybe it was a lot. It was double-digit millions. But it's a cool place to go.
And it's back.
It's back, Jack. So, yeah.
I like stories like that. I hate to see like old, historic places almost.
Right.
So many generations.
It happens.
They've been. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. A big history guy. The jazz club here in Denver, El Chapultepec. All the jazz greats played there from the 30s on.
Wow.
But they went out of business, and there's a lot of controversy because the guy that owns the baseball team has bought a lot of the downtown area around the ballpark, and he's kind of doing like what Jerry Jones did down in Dallas, doing kind of a Jerryland thing, because that's where the baseball team totally sucks. It's the only way he makes money is on all the other stuff. And because the building was scheduled to be demo, and people, in historic Denver said, we cannot do this. Well, apparently they've worked out some kind of agreement to integrate the building into what what they're doing there, which is again, preserving history. But as far as musical history, this place was all the jazz guys played there.
Wow.
And it was just really well known. This was when you weren't in St. Louis or you weren't on the West Coast, this is where you were. You were in Denver playing this club.
Exactly. Wow.
So
that's a lot of history. Got to turn it into a museum.
Yeah, you would think.
Nightclub. Or the jazz club.
Yeah, a cool jazz club.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just checking the chat real quick.
I know. Let's see what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Casa Bonita. Yeah, that's exactly. That's
Justine
the way we
says
pronounce
she
it
wears
here.
a lot of blue, but I bet that's because she's maybe a Michigan fan.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
just a guess.
Indeed. Da, da, da. Oh, they're talking about actual music stuff over there.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I know enough music stuff to be kind of dangerous. I often don't know what key I'm in.
Tyler always tries to teach me music theory and the circle of fifths and all that stuff, and I just
I have been reteaching myself some of that stuff as much as I can. At the end of the day, when you've played so long and you play by ear, you just cheat. And even when you know better, sometimes you just do it that way. So
yeah.
Why I don't use that?
I think it's really interesting. I just
vocal correction stuff, because it's imperative you know what key you're in, and a lot of times I think, well, I'm in this key, and then I'll check it later, and it's like, no, you guessed totally wrong.
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
Let's see, he says you don't need music theory to be able to play something beautiful. The same way you don't need a degree in physics to be able to catch a football.
There's science behind everything, and it's cool, and I understand, as an old coach, I understand a lot of the physics and a lot of the science behind that. But again, I didn't have to give a kid a physics lesson to teach him a basic skill in football.
Yeah.
They could do it or they couldn't.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, it's true too. Better understanding of both can give you an edge.
Lime pie. I'm not a big dessert guy, but I do like lime pie. Key lime pie is
same.
It's not to like. It's refreshing.
And it tastes like nothing else.
Yeah.
Nothing else tastes like it.
No.
And it's smooth.
But yes, Tyler's follow-up thing is exactly right. The more you understand these things, it does give you a little bit of an edge. It certainly can shortcut. Like if you're sitting there with your guitar and going, okay, what note should follow this note? And you're screwing around on the fretboard. When you really have your theory down, you go, okay, these are the possible notes that I could go to that would be in this key and sound right. It saves time.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like I don't know if you saw it. Pendarr gave me this thing, and it's the circle of this. And you can, and if you move this around, you can see all the chords that correlate or is supposed to sound good with,
Yes, with it. Yeah, that they all go together.
They go together, like peas and carrots or whatever.
Right.
So, but I still don't understand it. But I'm glad I have that, because I could be like writing a song and I go, what could go with this? Oh,
yeah. I think that's where something like that is a handy, tool.
Yeah.
And I'm all about tools. I love tools, like any man.
Right tool for the job. Right tool for the job.
Get tools, and it makes things better. Speaking of tools,
those too.
Just kidding. E-Urban's awesome. Although E-Urban is sharper on Sunday mornings, he brings the heat on Valerie's show. He's Thursday nights. Sometimes I don't know if he's tired from work. Some Thursdays he's on point. Other Thursdays he's like, I'm writing it in. You're not getting my best stuff. And so I get it.
Sorry.
Yep, there you go. Or take up the kazoo. A harder instrument than you might imagine. Played well. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, see, there's the kazoo right there. Fun stuff. Well, let's hear another something from our friend Kiddkain and DJ Lenny. This song is this is a little older, but not much. This is he brought this out this year, maybe a couple months ago, and man, the first time I heard this, I went, "Yep, this is a good song." It's a song called "Hollow."
Smile.
I don't know about you, but man, I can't wait for the continuation of that.
I liked it. Yeah, really much. That was really great.
Oh, that's good stuff. And man, I don't know where they got that animation, but
Yeah, because
fantastic.
like the videos I do, I talked to you about. They're like chopped up, come from here and there and all over the place. But that really seemed, like there was a timeline and there was a story.
Oh yeah, very cohesive.
I loved it. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool. I wonder how they did it. Some people like hire animators and they will actually.
Yeah,
video
I wonder if that's the case on that one, but that one is I'm a big fan. I really like the first time I heard that one. I thought, oh man, that's good stuff. I like kids music, and he and DJ are very good collaborators.
Yeah.
They work very well together, and they've done some good stuff.
Very cool. That's my favorite so far.
Yeah, well, it's again. There's we'll play at least one more, maybe two, and they'll be good too because he doesn't have bad stuff in his catalog.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I've seen. Well, I might have missed a couple, but I think I've seen just about everything.
I
it's
think
worth
so.
going to his channel and looking at everything. It's really worth it.
Well, I think so because artists tend to do this. They'll sneak stuff in on you. And you go, wait a minute, how did I miss this particular one? And that happens to me with some frequency.
Yep.
And of course, I'm pretty well known for just releasing something and then forgetting to tell anyone about it.
I do that too.
Well, and you get to a point you're done with it, and it's like, okay, well, it's done, and I've moved on. I'm doing something else, and
in the books.
Yeah. I had a couple of videos that loitered in unlisted for a month or more. It's like, I should let people look at that.
Yeah, Tyler in the chat over there has got some of those too. I helped him
did the work.
It's there, sitting there unlisted. Oh, you're onto it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. Yeah, you get around to it. Do this. Tell people just a little bit about your musical journey and how you got from, bands that you played in, how you got there to where you are now. Because I think probably most people don't know the story. I don't think I know all the story, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you asking me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Who the hell went? Let me check.
Oh my gosh.
It's me and you on the show, and I know how I got here. So why don't you tell people how you got here?
Okay. Well, I got my first guitar when I was 16. I got it at a garage sale, and it had 3 strings. So I didn't know what it was supposed to be tuned. So I just tuned them like harmonically. It was kind of like my first open tune guitar. And so all you had to do was put your finger along the fret and you could have different. So it was like, I don't know what key it was in. But I started learning Joni Mitchell songs and singing Joni Mitchell's. Back then I could do her. Can't do anymore.
I'm not sure Joni Mitchell can do Joni Mitchell anymore. So that's...
Well, she can, but it's like way lower, right?
Well, yes.
In fact, she just got an award. Was it a Grammy? I think she got a Grammy for the best folk album of 2023 or something like that. And Tyler and I were talking about, I don't know if it was like, well, she never got one yet. So they kind of had to give it to her. Or
it's like...
I didn't listen to it, so I don't know for sure. But anyway,
lifetime achievement. Yeah.
She's still out there. She's still standing.
Oh, that's cool.
So then, I just I tried to join a band when I was a teenager, and they said they didn't like the way I sang. So I was like, okay, well, screw you. Well, then I got married at 18 and I got pregnant at 19, or I had my daughter at 19. And I joined a band, a bunch of old guys singing old songs like, Silver Wings and stuff like that. But they loved me, right? The crowd loved me because I would sing all this harmony and all this stuff.
Okay.
And then I got real pregnant with my daughter, and I'm like, I got to quit. I can't be up on the stage anymore. I'm like huge. And they're like, well, you could sit on a stool. I'm like, no, get over it. Find somebody else. Get on, move on with your life. But that was really the only band I was in until after I met Pendarr. Otherwise, I was like playing my guitar, writing some songs, which I don't released any of them, and singing to my kids, like that one over in the chat. and I taught him, how to basic chords and stuff, how to start. He's way surpassed me. But then when I met Mandar, I didn't know that he was a musician, and he had been in a band, had an album out. They had roadies. They did it full time. Then all he had to do was carry his bass. I don't even know if he had to do that. I didn't know that. And then when we finally met up, and I flew into Pittsburgh, and we were at these people's cabin, and they had a guitar there, and I picked it up and started singing a song. He's like, I didn't know you could play guitar and sing. And we found out later, even, way after we had met, that we had this connection with music. So
yeah, that's interesting.
yeah. And once we okay, so I was an air traffic controller, retired out of Cleveland, and we bought an RV, a big old motorhome, and we just traveled the country for like 4 years, and we recorded music in the motorhome and stuff. And when we finally were like, the housing market, with the crash happened in 2008, we're like,
Yes.
what, we could pick up a house really cheap right now. So I found one on eBay, and I bid on a house on eBay for like $7,500. Well, I lost the bid, but it gave us an idea to look for a house and get all of our stuff out of storage. So when we finally got this house where we live now, we're like, hey, let's maybe start a band or something and see, because I'm like, I've always kind of wanted to do that, and the only chance I ever had was way back when I was 18 years old. So that's what we did. We had a band, and that was fun. And that's pretty much it. Then a couple of people had to quit. Somebody moved to Florida or whatever, and we lost the drummer, and then we're like, yeah, that's we're done with that. So that's pretty much it. Now I do karaoke.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. But you don't play your guitar very much, from what I
No, and I
understand.
need to. And look, it's sitting right here.
What the hell, bro?
I know, bro. I know. I gotta
Yeah.
get back to it. And
Yeah,
in fact,
absolutely.
I keep mentioning my kid over there, but he told me, he's like, put it up on the walls within reach so you can always have it there and just play it. Just practice.
Absolutely.
Just get your calluses back. Play it every day, a little bit.
That's what I try and do. I mean, I work out of my house. I have for a long time, and I've got 5 guitars within either arm's reach, or I can roll the chair over and grab one. And
Nice.
like today, I finished something for work, and I had 30 minutes, and I thought, well, I'll take my lunch and not eat. Well, I made a sandwich, and I set it on my desk here, and then I fired up my Vox amp and played my Ibanez hollow body for 30 minutes. And,
Yeah, I need to do it more.
and
even if
basically
I have
did my country
scheduled
fest
time.
set.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
perfect.
practiced my set.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. I just need to reach over there more, and I find reasons not to. Like I have to go feed the dogs, or I don't really feed the dogs. Rick does that, but feed the bird. Take care of this or take care of that, or feed the husband, or wash the floor or whatever. And so I need to just stop and pick that up and play it for a little while.
Yeah.
And then put it back.
I'll just say I'm going to take 5 minutes, and chances are it'll be 15 or 20. And then, before you know it, you're just playing. I don't play every day. I'd like to, but, again, sometimes I have stuff going on. But I play 3 to 4 times a week, at least a little bit. And
Yeah,
then,
that's healthy right there.
yeah.
At least a little bit.
Well,
I don't get
yeah.
a little bit. I need at least a little bit.
Well, before, pandemic time, when I was involved in the church, we'd go down on a Thursday night. We'd spend 3 hours at rehearsal and then play Sundays, and I'd do 5 hours on Sunday. So I was playing for basically 8 hours every week.
Wow. And that's right. You were in like a band with the church, right?
Yes. Yeah, I did that for many, many years. That was after my aborted rock career. Just kind of schmucked into doing that. The kids were young, and Kay and I joined a church, and the guy came in, and the pastor, and just out of the blue, the guy just says, I've been praying for a bass player.
Oh.
And I went, really?
Awesome.
I played bass for a long time, but he's like, well, do you have a bass now? And I went, well, no, I've got a couple guitars. I sold all my basses and I sold my amps. And he's like, well, let's go find a bass. And so
I love that guy.
And he finds an ad, and I mean, here's where you know things are supposed to be. The ad he found was for, and it was $250. It was a Gibson Victory bass. Now, Gibson only built these things from 81 to 85. They're in my opinion, the best bass Gibson ever did. And I love Thunderbirds, and I own one of those too. But this thing is just amazing. And as soon as I saw the ad, I'm like, I had a Victory bass. It got stolen. And so we go and I buy this thing and had it ever since. It played great, on and on. So, you know, that you figure, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Little sign.
And so I did until COVID, and then things changed.
Yeah, that happens.
And that's fine.
That's a cool story. I like that story.
It is. It is what we're doing. Hey, there he is.
An elf reference. I love that guy. Oh, it's Santa. I know him.
Yeah, pretty much. How's it going, Dom Father? Hope you're having a good time with your. We were chatting a little bit over the weekend. You know, it's Father's Day weekend. He was up with the fellas. He took his boys up to his little place in Pennsylvania, and they were doing boy stuff and eating ice cream and staying up late. Yeah, driving the golf cart around. That sounds like a good time, right?
Yes. Yes.
I love that guy.
I love that guy. It's Santa. Yes.
Well, that's when I missed Metal Fest because I was out on the farm with our surrogate other family, and those kids think I am Santa Claus. And that's what they call me because they're convinced I'm Santa Claus. And, you know, given the stash of crap that I brought out for them, they're not wrong.
That's a good man. That's
well,
what you got to
you
do.
know what? I don't have any grandkids of my own, and the way my boys are going, I'm not likely to have any. So I've grabbed other grandkids, and so we have a good time with them.
Do.
That's
I
right.
know I have grand dogs. That's probably all I'm gonna have.
I was meant to have grandchildren, so I'm just grabbing some random kids and like, all right.
You know, in some states that's illegal, I think.
Well, I'm not.
Random kids, come here. You're my grandkid. Come here.
Yeah, I'm just granddadding them a little bit, and with their parents' permission. I should point that out.
That's important. That's the important part.
Yeah. Oh, studying Microsoft Dynamics. Here's what I love to study about Microsoft. Stop. Microsoft. Bill's penis. Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've moved beyond honorary uncle. Now for your kids, yeah, I would definitely do that. I could be Uncle Chris from Colorado. And I know the good boy toys, so yeah, that might happen. You know what? Santa may send something next year. Why not?
Leela.
There she is. Somewhere. There. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, Dom is pretty now. Yeah, I mean, that beard was hiding a beautiful face. Who knew?
Shaved it off just for you, Leela. Waka waka. I'm just looking. I can see this picture behind me here, and it's got like this. This is my art, and I did it's got Bob Ross mountains and Bob Ross waters, and then we have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the middle, walking in the woods.
Okay, yeah, why not?
I just put random things in my art.
Hey, we're gonna do some happy little clouds and trees. This will be nice. Doesn't matter what color you use. Just have a happy color. Oh, and let's put the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man there.
He lives right here. He's happy there with the birds.
That'll be nice. I used to love watching Bob Ross. Yeah,
I
that
know,
guy
me too.
he was either the zenith
they
guy or he
hosed him
had
so bad.
really good drugs. I'm not sure which, but he was
Did you ever
awesome.
hear his story? Like, it's out there on, I don't think it's on PBS, but there's a couple YouTube videos. He got hosed so bad that the people that were kind of with him and sponsoring him totally
Yeah.
took everything from him. And after he died, even his kids, they can't even reference. They can't say his name. It's terrible.
Money screws everything up. You make a deal with the devil and, ask every recording artist ever. That's just how it works.
Yep. You
See?
are funny.
And I'm glad you didn't stay lurking, that you came out, because we're
Me
always
too.
down for jokes. Always
Yes.
bring your jokes, folks. Because the world, in case you look out the window, the world sucks.
Sometimes it does.
This is a
yeah.
happy little place, and we keep it light and happy here. So if you got jokes, bring them. We approve of those joke messages.
That's why I will always laugh at Joe Norman when he comes to my karaoke, because after every song, there's always a dad joke.
He's always got, he's, for a dude who's not a dad, he's dad joke on steroids.
Up.
Yeah, Dom has been putting in the midnight oil to get formed his own company. He's a busy boy.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is, especially getting it off the ground. And the thing is, he started hitting the ground running because he had existing clients, but he consolidated them in this business, and then he got more. So he's
Great.
he's getting after it. Yeah, it's going good for him. But he and I chatted offline. He's like, work life balance. I got to find a little bit right now. It's a little bit challenging.
My sister and brother are both entrepreneurs, so they're go-getters. I went the government route.
Yeah. Well, everybody's different, My oldest is in private industry, but my youngest is a total entrepreneur and is getting his company up and running, and this has been a very good month.
Nice.
Oh, there they are. Woo.
I'm gonna have to send her this site that I go to get my emojis.
Yeah, those emojis are quite perky. Very impressive.
They are. They're voluptuous.
Um,
I'm not even sure quite how they get them like that. I know there's characters that do that, but
yeah, I mean, that's a nice set, but those other ones were really
Nice
perky.
rack. Those were perky. Yeah, you got them standing to attention.
There you go.
Oh, Tyler, like you never saw boobs before.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay, again, son, mom, maybe a little. I can see there's a little disconnect there. Like, geez, mom, really?
Oh, and E. Urban coming in with the D.
All right.
We're gonna get your stream shut down. I don't have any guns, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're not showing guns or chef knives or.
I totally missed that. I was popping back in and out from Lori's because I was doing something else that night. But
we were having a good time, and naturally, the nicest dude on the planet is the one that is like. I didn't know. Dogpaw and I were both righteously indignant because my feed is nothing but guitars and recording and guns.
Yeah.
That's what YouTube feeds me every day. They try and feed me boobs too, but it's like.
So didn't he just show a gun, or I wasn't there, so I didn't see.
Yeah, they were collectible weapons. They were 1873 Winchester rifle reproductions. but apparently showing it on a live and actually levering it.
Oh yeah.
This was a no, and we didn't know.
Well, they have
Now
been
we know.
before with people actually hurting themselves.
And it makes sense that that why that they would have that restriction on. But again, you can't show a collector gun, but they keep trying to show me some women is like, here's my transparent bikini, and I'm gonna prance around like, but this is not to titillate you. Like, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff on YouTube, and
Yeah, like
how
okay.
did they allow
It
that?
just consistency. If the rules are the rules, okay, but make rules that make sense, and then we can all be okay. But
yeah,
whatever.
I feel bad for Lori because she does put, she puts a lot into her.
Oh, poor Lori. Well, she'd gotten some other in and of itself, it wouldn't have been so bad, but apparently she's done enough live streaming that she's gotten a couple dings. So she was already on the watch list.
Okay.
And I think
the no fly.
Yeah. And this is the thing. Dom and I schmuck along every week like two morons. We haven't had heretofore any issues.
Yeah.
Now, when we did the live stream, when we were subbing for Gmail there, we had one clown come on, and that was, but
yeah, I got a P-bomb. Like one of my first streams, I got a P-bomb, and I was so excited. I'm like, Pendarr, come here, look, I just got P-bombed. I was like all excited. I made it. I am somebody.
Yeah, I was like, is that all? Well, and this is the thing. We knew to watch for that, and we did everything in our power. We vetted the guy, made him show his face, all that kind of stuff. And then he starts off, and then we get the dig. It's like, really?
Yeah, same thing. Joe Norman got P-bombed twice.
Wow, really?
Right, and one of them.
He is a handsome man.
He is a cute guy, but that's not the point. One of them was this person is backstage, and it looks like.
Wait, what's the point? I see what you did there, whether you meant to or not.
Now you made me forget. Wait, okay, so one of them was a lady. It was an older lady. In a video, he's backstage, and he can see her, and she looks like she's waiting to sing. And then as soon as he puts her up on stage, it's not an older lady waiting to sing anymore.
Yeah.
And that's really sneaky. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if you're doing that, get a life. Seriously. I mean, come on.
Well, that's what they call fun.
I guess.
The trolls think it's fun.
Well, but somebody did. All right. Let's see. Yeah, no, not that kind of P. The PE and then N and other letters.
Yeah. I don't even know if we're allowed to say the word.
Pen is mightier than the sword. Pen is. See, that was almost clever. It wasn't clever, but it was almost clever. What is Dom? Dom is saying something interesting, maybe.
Yeah, I was trying to read.
Yeah, that's the chat gets moving fast. Hey, I see Huge Caldwell
Yay!
from Scotland. I want to highlight Huge. Huge, new song he did with Lori tonight.
I saw it.
Yep, see?
I actually saw it while I was waiting for you backstage. You were late. So
yes, I
was like, what should I do? Well, then I was like, look, there's a new song with Lori and you. So I watched that while I was waiting.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a fun. And Hugh, lead vocals.
Lori's
just the pretty backup singer on that.
She did really well with the harmonies, though, too.
Oh yeah, no, it sounded good. But it was fun. It was a little different. People changing roles a little bit, which again we talked about. And once again, poor Dom. I don't know. Maybe you should have while you're taking a little hiatus, have some work done, Dom. come back better looking somehow.
What wig?
Yeah, what wig exactly? That's what Dom needs, a wig. He just needs to
That's
get,
funny. When I said that, same time Dog Pop typed it in.
Of course, yeah, we all have the same lines. They're good lines.
Yeah.
There he is, the Hubsters.
Yay!
Hey, don't forget to check here. Now, I have no idea. There's been some talk that there'll be some kind of live stream before Hubs this Friday, but I don't have the deets on that. I don't know if it's actually going to happen.
So is Lori like on a timeout? She has to sit in a corner for a while, or what?
She's put herself in a little bit of a timeout just to make sure that let the heat die down, as they say. Yeah. So yeah,
you know what? She should start a backup channel. All she has to get to like 50 subscribers, and we could do that.
Yeah, we could do that in a heartbeat. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, poor Leela had to start over, so
yeah, I know.
you can do it. Yeah. We'll see what happens there, but maybe something's happened before Hubs. But if nothing happens before Hubs, go see Hubs on Friday night. I mean, my Friday nights I hang out with Hippie, and then I was doing Lori's show, and then going to Hubs, and that's a damn good Friday night for me.
Friday nights are busy.
Filled of, entertaining. Now, but they've gotten so busy. Friday night used to be my drink whiskey and write songs night. But I spent too much time screwing around on everybody else's channel here the last couple months.
I know.
And I'm not drinking whiskey, so. Until Saturday. Is back. I'm back.
I'm invincible.
Yeah.
Look, you're like that guy walking in the woods. Rawr, rawr, stomping down trees.
Pretty much. Well, when we were out at the little birthday party, I was talking to one of the kind of surrogate family members there, and we got talking about last year's party where, we got into the tequila. And he's like, yeah, bro, you and I were drinking tequila, and then I found a bed and I was out. I said, yeah, just don't drink with an Irishman. Even if we're on your home court alcohol, we're better at this. We just genetics. What can I tell you?
For sure.
Sorry. But yeah, I was like, I looked around at one point last year and I'm like, where'd all my drinking buddies go?
They all went.
They were all passed out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I got to go to bed too. I don't want to go to bed.
No, I didn't. I think I watched G-May's show. Ooh. Oh, which one? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. I got to know.
Secret side chat.
Chances are I've drank it. If it's Mr. Ron Ward decided to just take apparently he had some clown or multiple clowns on his channel, and his show wasn't fun for him, so he decided to stop doing it, which is a damn shame. But
oh my gosh, I love that guy. If I can ever catch him, like I'm not an early riser.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I found out about it after the fact. And,
no. Well,
and I just chatted with him, and he just said, I've been doing this because it was fun, and all of a sudden it's not fun, so I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
Like, okay.
That's a shame. He really is. He's talented. He's funny.
Hold on for half a sec.
David. He's got to turn something or flip something. Hey, David, how's it going? Live to Fly channel. I'm surprised you're up this late on a Thursday night. A few Jura whiskeys.
Yeah, my wife was saying, did you get the stuff out of the smoker? It's like, not quite to temp yet. It will be the next Kiddkain song. I think it'll be at temp, and I'll pull it.
It's almost there, 194 or something.
Yeah, 194. Want to hit 201, 202,
Okay. And then you let it rest for a while before
let it rest, and then I pull it and sauce it. Yeah. Hey, David, how are you? Good to see you.
That does suck you.
All right. I miss where's Hugh?
He's just talking. I think he was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a shame.
That's a
But,
shame. Well, I hope he won't be a stranger. Like he'll still come, to Camp G-May and different
yeah,
places.
I would hope so.
But he's like on the opposite side of the world as far as time zone goes, so it's going to be hard.
Right.
Star does it.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see. He's a musician through and through. Chances are he's not going to stay away forever.
Yeah.
He's take a little break, but then hopefully he'll come back and do his thing. So
yeah, I liked his show. I thought it was really well put
it was
together.
fun. Well, Ron Word is just one of those engaging personalities, and that's kind of how he had Dom come on frequently as a guest co-pilot kind of thing, and so that's kind of got Dom the bug, and he said, "You and I should do a show." I'm like, "Sure, why not? I'm down. What the hell? What are we gonna do on the show?" And he goes, "I have no idea." And I went, "Perfect.
We'll just wing it."
This sounds so much like you and I." And we make the joke, but it really is Seinfeld. We didn't plan anything. We had a lot of ideas, none of which we ever did. Because people, I think, hey, see you, Pole Vault, be well. I think people, they like the music shows, and I think that there is a place, and people seem to enjoy guys just shooting the bull and engaging with the chat, and the chat engaging with one another. It's just, again, it's just a place to hang out.
Yep.
And this grew out of Dom and I just chatting amongst ourselves. We thought,
I've only known you guys, I guess, about a year now. I don't know, maybe less, but it's probably about a year. And so all the stuff that happened before I got here, it was just like, man, I wish I was there to see that, Yeah,
we've been doing the show just, we were trying to decide, the anniversary is coming up, I think in August. Okay. Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're in the, it's dumb, and great ideas and no ambition. I had plenty of ambition, and it's good. I would, Dom would have an idea, and sometimes I'd follow through on it, sometimes not so much.
Yeah.
See, this Dom
can
just have a couple drinks and troll your own chat and then go to bed.
Don't pee bomb us.
Yes, please. Because it's not that good.
So it probably has been about 9 months then since I've known you guys. Because
could be.
You were already, like doing your show.
Okay.
When I first came on the scene.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you and Pendarr came on. I was like, wow. That's kind of how people do it. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody comes and you're like, oh, damn. Who's this person? This is cool.
Well, I found Metalhead Hippie first, and that's how. And then it's like all you guys, and of course, he puts the links to all your channels, and there's like,
yes.
Really
God
cool.
Bless Metalhead Hippie.
Yes.
That's how all of us found each other.
It's the common thread. Yep. That binds us all.
Exactly. He is the OG, the oldest and the bestest.
Love you, girl.
Hey, Pendarr's amazing. Q's a big fan. He's got a man crush on Pendarr.
I mean, he is pretty badass. He's got so much history, so many stories. You would not believe some of
the
stories.
That was cool. Well, we should have him on sometime, and he can tell stories.
Stuff that happened with his band. I mean, they got kicked out of West Virginia once. The cops told them never come back to this state again. And I like stories with other bands. Like his road crew beat up Rick Derringer's road crew. There was at one point, like this is a little part of a story. There was a girl in some town in West Virginia that he used to go visit when they would be in town playing, and when they went to open for Quiet Riot, she wanted him to take her, and he wouldn't take her because he had 3 other girls lined up. So turns out that when this little town in West Virginia, the local president of the Pagans Club, the motorcycle club, loved his band. Was every time they were in town, he was there watching, with his boys or whatever.
Yeah.
His people. And when the next time
club.
His little club. And so his little club. So next time Pendarr's band was there playing, the pagans were there, and this girl that was so pissed off at him was sitting on the president's lap, whispering in his ear something about, like, go beat that guy up or whatever. And he's like, no, I love this band. Take a hike.
Sorry, sweet cheeks. Yeah. So yeah, we've learned things. And the main thing we learned is Pendarr is a man whore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty much a slut.
Okay. Fair. Good for him.
And he would only date blondes. So when he met me and brought me back to Pittsburgh to meet all the guys, his band, they were like so excited that he was finally dating a brunette.
It's funny how that works. I am the only blonde that my wife has ever been with.
Oh.
She's like dark haired, dark eyes. She goes, you're not my type at all, and yet you're totally my type 35 years later.
Funny? So here's another little spin to that story. Back in the 1980s, Pendarr's friends and musicians, they all got together and decided this would be a really great idea to make a movie based on Star Trek, and it would be called The Wrath of Wiki. Now, Wiki is Pendarr's real name is Rick, and it was about Wiki, who had a speech impediment, and he was supposed to be like Khan. Remember?
You
Khan
could see that coming. Khan.
Well, Wiki was taking all the women in the galaxy, kidnapping them, and turning them blonde. And then he would. But it was real womanizer, and he would turn them all blonde. And then, of course, the everything got turned around on him, and Captain Jerk was all pissed off, and he's like, Wiki! It was really fun. But anyways, they had, back in that day, you had to splice tape, and
yes,
every time they wanted to edit something, it took months and months and months and months for this movie to get done.
Yeah.
And it's only like 45 minutes long. Then they had a premiere for all the people that were in it and friends and family. And they told Captain Jerk, we're all coming in costume, so you have to wear your Star Trek costume. And of course, he was the only one that wore his.
Yeah, good thinking. Oh.
But I did upload it to YouTube, and YouTube said, nope, it's banned.
Yeah, a
You
shocker.
cannot show this. It's highly plagiarized.
Well, satire, sometimes, again, there's that fine line.
There's actual scenes from the TV series, and
that's a no.
Yeah,
and
fight scenes between Jerk and Captain Kirk and Khan.
Yeah, I can see
good
that.
Stuff, though. Sometimes we can watch it on StreamYard, but can't watch it on YouTube.
Yep, indeed. To your question, no, you did not miss Dom. Dom was never here. Pendarr is the co-host for this evening because Dom is away. Not away in a manger. He's away in the chat and just showed up. And you never did say what the whiskey was, Dom. Damn you. Or if you did, it was scrolled by so fast I missed it. So don't leave me hanging, Broseph.
Yeah. Oh, KVK, I do have, like, on Saturdays, I have a karaoke show that sometimes people come play music. Sometimes this guy has come to play music.
I have come. And I will come again in the future.
That'd be nice.
I never know what's going on. Saturdays, it's hard for me in the summer because, Kay and I are out in the garden doing yard work pretty much all day. So in the winter, when I got nothing to do, or I'm stuck in the house, that's great. And I was a fairly frequent flyer. So I'm sure I will come a couple times this summer, but if the weather's crappy here, that's probably when you'll see me.
Well, and there's probably a chance here coming up in the future. Well, definitely next weekend, I will not be here because my daughter's going to be in town and I never get to see her.
Well, there you go.
Like, I'm out. I don't know if Pegs is going to go find someone to co-host with her, or she might take the night off too. Who knows? But summer times are different.
Okay. Thank you, Dom. Yes, I think you will enjoy that one. I like that one a lot.
From Denver and starts with a B.
Yep. Not bourbon.
Not the bourbon whiskey.
No. Well, they make a bourbon whiskey, but yeah, it's not the name of the one. Yeah, there you go. See, talk is cheap. Send Dom presents. Dom needs a present. I'm going to give us a present by sharing another song from Kiddkain, and I'm also going to go pull my ham off the smoker. So, this is again, one of those songs that first time I heard it from him, I just thought this was wonderful. This song is called Escape with You.
Taylor about the fucking flex.
And unmute. All right.
Dogs are the best.
Yeah. Well, he loves dogs.
Yeah,
he does rescue and all that good stuff. And I don't blame him. I'm a cat guy, but I love dogs too.
Yeah. Well, I had to shave Willow yesterday, and it was a mess. She has so much fur. She's so big. And I had to shave her, and I was sweating, and when the hair was flying off of her and sticking to my sweat, it was horrible. I'm telling you, I had to get hosed down with a hose afterwards because it was just,
that's messy. My oldest has a husky, and man, when that dog blows fur, oh my goodness. Craziness.
Yes.
All right, so the wife can be in bed and relax and know that it's all turned off. The pork has been pulled. 204. Absolute perfection.
Nice.
So it's up resting on the stove, and after the show, I will pull some pork.
And
don't take that the wrong way. out there.
We didn't say beef. Isn't it beef is I don't know. You guys use different words for your stuff.
It could be, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah. We're down to one cat anymore. We had 3 for a long time, but I like both.
Yeah.
And I trained dogs, trained all my dad's dogs, and then of course he ruined them once he had them for a while.
What kind of dogs? A certain breed or just
Yeah, he had Labradors. I trained a couple of his labs. Yeah, they're great. Oh, they're great dogs, but they need a job. And Dad wasn't good about getting the job. So
they actually like that.
Oh well, they're a working dog. They need jobs. Then he started getting Basset hounds. He had one Basset that I really liked. He had great personality, and then his other 2 were stupid and had bad personality.
Well, that's not a good combination. Stupid
No, it
and a
really
bad
isn't.
personality.
Yeah, see, this is right.
Giving a cop a
Everything
hand.
is innuendo if your mind lives in the gutter, and mine does.
Pulled pork.
Because it's funny.
Isn't it beef though? I don't know.
No, Where
do I get that
it's your
from?
pork sword,
Oh,
and you can pork
Beef
someone, and it can be beef too. I mean, it just depends. Giving a cop a hand is pulling pork. There you go.
okay.
Good job, E. Urban. Hey,
So I have a feeling there's going to be more coming.
yeah, there could be more pork jokes. You never know. And I'm doing beef tomorrow night, so there you go.
Think ahead. Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, that's. I think I've got a nice brisket for tomorrow. You never know until you get them out of the package and you trim them up a little bit. And I've had some that should have been great and they weren't so great, and I had some other ones that I had reservations, and it's like, no, this is delicious.
Yeah.
You
I
know
don't know that I've ever had a bad brisket. I just love it. And I like the corned beef as well.
Yeah, I'm living in Colorado. I'm a bit of a beef snob, and some cows you can say just they weren't having a good life. They just don't taste as good as some of their friends.
Wow.
Whereas pork tends to be usually pork, as chicken is usually chicken, but beef varies a lot more depending on how they were finished and where they lived and what they ate for the majority of their lives.
Grass fed or not.
Yeah. Yeah, most are out here, and then, they'll grain finish them to fatten them up and get that little bit of marbling. But again, in the package, this brisket looks pretty good, but I won't know for sure until I trim it up and get smoking it.
The prices of brisket is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I got a decent deal on this one. I wasn't, they had a big brisket there, and it was only $45. But I didn't need that much brisket. So I bought a smaller one. I think I spent $23 for it.
How much was it
I've
a
got
pound?
other food. I don't know. This was an 8-pound brisket. So, whatever that worked out to be.
I mean, I used to see brisket for like $3 a pound.
Yeah, it's more than that now. Everything's more than it was. It's just life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on that note.
Hubs is going to bed.
Yeah, well, he's putting his kids to bed so he can, regain his sanity for a few minutes.
Oh, right.
I totally get that. He's got littles. And again, he's having the time of his life with his littles, and they're fantastic. But yeah, it's draining. I've been tired for the last 30 years because of kids.
My kids were always angels. They never did anything wrong.
I can't say that about my...
I think I'm losing my mind too, but that's okay. As long as I have good memories.
Yeah. That was not true. My kids pulled some shit in high school. And it was my youngest one, I always knew he and the truth had a kind of a casual relationship.
It was just a suggestion, really.
Yeah. My oldest, as we found out, was the one that was really pulling the bullshit. And he had us snowed for a couple years there.
I think the oldest has to be kind of smarter because the waters haven't been tested yet.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm the oldest, so yeah, there's some truth to that. I remember after prom, I stopped at the house, after the dance and everything, and my mother called down from the top of the house and said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Yeah, we're going bowling." Now, I was carrying a sleeping bag, so that might have lacked a little credibility.
Didn't quite think that through.
Yeah, but it was just like now. I was quick. I wasted no time going bowling.
She's like, "Okay, have a good time."
No, she turned to my father and said, "Michael, what are you going to do?" And Dad was like, "He's 18, whatever."
Let him go bowling with his sleeping bag.
Yeah, let him go bowling. I went bowling. Well, see again, we're sharing is caring, right?
Cats are buttholes.
They really are, which is why I love them so much. They're total. I do what I want. Fuck you.
I was looking
admire that.
until we clean his litter box, and then he immediately takes a dump in it after it's clean.
Well, that is a cat thing. It's like that's kind of how they mark their territory, and then you clean their territory. It's like, well, no, really, this is my territory, and so they jump in right away. So yeah, which reminds me, I've got to clean the litter boxes before the party.
Oh yeah,
Always things to do. But it's never bad because I have 1 cat, 3 litter boxes. So
yes. But now you're down to 1 cat. You can't reduce the amount of litter boxes.
It just makes it easier because the cat, again, because cats are weird. The cat only dumps in 1 litter box and he pees in the others.
Oh.
So it's just his thing. So
you don't want him doing that in the house anywhere. So that I would say, yeah, if you got to have 3.
Yeah, it's fine.
3 is good.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Drama. Oh, indeed. Animals are fun. Except for, my oldest they have 5 dogs, of which 2 are handicapped. I mean, they're literally, wheelchair kind of handicapped dogs. The husky is big and older, and then they have some kind of herding dog, and the dog is neurotic. I mean, the dog is on drugs to keep it from, because her and the husky would fight. And then they've got a little, I don't know, kind of a mutt, kind of beagle, it's a mix of things, Luigi. And this dog is a total Luigi. He's like, yeah, whatever. His thing is you throw him a toy and he just eats it until he gets the squeaky part out. And he's like, cool, now I need another toy. I love Luigi.
Another one?
Luigi's cool. But yeah.
My daughter has huskies.
Huskies are great, but they're too friggin' smart.
They like to sing.
Yeah, and they're just work, and they test you all the time.
Yeah, they're great.
And
2 of her dogs are Corgi Huskies.
Oh, so interesting.
Husky that was bred with Corgi, and they are so cute. Oh my God, they're like the cutest dog you ever saw in your life.
I'm not sure how the physics of that even works, but okay.
Yep. Well, there's a will, there's a way, So
I guess. What do they have, a doggy swing or something?
I don't know.
Get over here, you bitch.
She didn't. Okay. She didn't send me pictures, but it's so cute. Oh my God, cute.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, exactly. My cat is 17 too, Hugh, and he has been a loyal, sweet friend for all those years, and so that's the running joke. Is, he jumps up on the kitchen table, and we're like, there is not a cat on the table because cats are not allowed on the table. We've never allowed cats on the table, and it's 17 years of scooting him off the table and then having him jump right back up 3 minutes later because he forgot that he's not supposed to be on the table. At some point, you go, whatever, just stay out of the butter. Yep, Country Fest. There it is. Camila's got the link.
Woo.
Now you're doing that, right? Or you don't know yet? Pendarr, you going to play Country Fest?
Oh, I'm actually on the list. I'm not quite certain if I'm going to do it.
All right.
I would love Tyler to do it. So if maybe I could put in my spot. He's got, like he's like you. I'm ready right now.
Perfect.
Give me a set to do. I'll do it. And but I said, but I don't know. The Camp G maybe knows Tyler. I mean, if he's watched him on my channel, maybe a little. But I told Tyler maybe he could go over to Camp G and get up on the panel some night.
Do the panel or do a workshop with him just so he knows your sound is good, and you're good. Then you're good to go.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just like he likes to know you and stuff. But yeah, that would be great. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably that rooster was a tough old bird. But
who's Tanya?
Nate's wife.
Oh, okay.
So, that bastard, that cock deserved to die.
She killed it.
Yep, that's right. She grabbed that cock and all right.
Wow.
Wrestled it.
For some way, I was thinking
I'm sorry, Nate.
Different name.
Yeah, I should save my potty jokes for not Nate, his lovely wife. But I'm glad the rooster's dead, even though the rooster got the last laugh. You're familiar with coq au vin, Nate. That's why the French invented that, because they would take old tough hens that wouldn't lay anymore, the roosters, and that's how they made them tender and decent. And it's an involved process, but that's why the French have done so many of the wonderful things the French have done. Yeah,
I have heard that before.
Yes, again, we cannot have this show without talking at least a little bit of food. And we've been smoking food. Now we've a little coq au vin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my late mother-in-law had a great coq au vin recipe, which I've made a couple times, and it's quite good.
It's very nice. Now, is that breaded? Do you bread it first?
No, it's you marinate it and you slow cook it, so it keeps the chicken really tender. It actually doesn't keep it makes it tender because again, an old hen is going to be a pretty tough bird.
Okay.
And it's red wine, and it's a little bit of an involved process. Not hard. It's just like smoking. It's just time consuming.
Yeah.
But
right.
It's yummy when you're
I've had it before. I've never made it before.
Yeah.
But it's been a while.
Yeah, well, Southern fried is, country and Southern rocker, Dayton cousins.
Yeah, exactly. Could totally do that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I honestly considered doing one Skynyrd song. I had one worked up, and I thought I had other things that were a little more country, and so I went a little different direction. But
yeah,
I love me some Leonard Skynyrd. I've always loved Leonard Skynyrd. So
Same here. Well, sometimes you got to stretch the things. Like Camellia says, Pendarr sang a Britney Spears song at Metal Fest. Yeah. I made it as metal as I could, right?
I'm listening along and I went, oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
It was awesome. I'm like, I like the cojones of that one. Yeah, because I know that there people are Britney lovers, haters, whatever. I thought that was cool to if you're going to do Britney, obviously do it on Metal Fest. I mean,
right? I pulled it out because honestly, I wasn't lying when I think she's a badass woman. Everything she's been through, right? And her family putting her in basically under their control.
Oh well, her old man is beyond creepy,
right?
Yeah, no, that guy should be in jail someplace. He's not
all
a good
she
dude.
Had to go through. They made her work, right?
Yeah.
Even the doctor told her you're going to hurt your back if you keep, because she did all the dancing and stuff on stage. You're going to hurt your back if you keep doing this. You have to stop or at least take a break. And her family took her kids away from her.
Yeah, I know. That's
how
they were bad people, and let's face it, they shoved her in that Disney shithole, and nobody comes out of that okay.
Yeah.
none of those kids are quite normal. Yeah.
So I just had to do my Britney tribute.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, good.
Yeah, shaved head, drunk, and on drugs in public. She needs a guitar.
That's it. She just was missing the guitar. They would have gone, oh, cool, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Right? I think so too, Camellia. He should be on Country Fest. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Well, if he wants to do it, then he should do it.
Yeah, I don't want to force him to do anything, but would be fun, would be cool.
Yeah, and nice exposure to a great audience.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, Britney's a force of nature. She's free now, finally.
Yes, free Britney. Yeah, I occasionally get news feeds of her walking around with her tatas hanging out because she really feels quite free.
Yep.
Whatever. Your life.
Oh, friend, you should follow her on Instagram. She's got all kinds of little videos and stuff.
Oh, I don't do Instagram, so I never. But
I only do it for Britney.
Okay.
Okay. I'm kidding.
Wow, man, I'm not judging. Man, if I had a great set and if I was a woman, it's like, hey, check them out. There you go.
She's not like 20 anymore, right? I don't even know how old she is, but she's.
Oh, she's 40 at least.
Is she? Yeah.
Oh, she's older than my kids.
Yeah.
Not a lot
But
of.
she still looks gorgeous. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet she's. Well, hey, the Google knows everything. How old is Britney Spears?
Right, Camellia, I think there was like 112 at one point I was looking.
Brittany Brokowski. Who the hell is that? Britney Spears.
Why would that come?
I had it. 42. She's 42.
Wow, good one.
Yeah, I got it.
She's still in her 30s.
I know all kinds of useless information.
I don't, but that's why I have Google.
I tend to find it just to confirm that I think I know what I know, but as opposed to like going to Wikipedia and going, yeah, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, they are. Wikipedia is really, you cannot
It's
use
garbage. My favorite is when they.
Go ahead.
I went after somebody on Twitter the other day just because they were citing Wikipedia and it was obviously wrong.
Yes.
It's like, you can't be a journalist and use Wikipedia. Dude.
It's like using the Urban Dictionary, right?
Come on, man. Yeah.
That's driven by people. They can change it at any time.
Exactly. No, I had an editor account for a while and I would just do it to be an asshole and change things up. I finally got tired of it.
That's funny.
A pen and vocal collab. Well, that's an interesting idea. I don't know what we would do, but maybe
fun.
something.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh.
I don't know. Could do something.
I would love to do the Progues Christmas song.
Do I know that one?
I could play it, but then it'll get us a strike. Christmas Eve in the drunk tank, an old man said to me, won't see another one. Yeah.
I like it. I like it already.
I'll send you. I think you and I actually would be, because you're sassy. You're perfect
Irish.
for that. And Irish.
Mm-hmm.
We have a winner.
No-brainer.
Hugh Caldwell. Good on you, laddie. That's fantastic. Okay, well, that's happening. Because I love to do a Christmas song. I've done one the last couple of years. And I love this song. Done. I'll work on the recording. You and I'll get together, and it will be, and with your video skills, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm excited. Screw Country Fest. Now I want to do this.
Well, you already got your set down. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
That's right. I'm way ahead of the game. I love that idea. Thank you, Hugh. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's done. We're doing that.
Okay.
And if any of you bastards out there steal this idea, I will hunt you down.
I'll put a hex on you.
That's right. I will.
Hex upon hex upon hex.
I will send Pendarr and his biker friends.
And he's got some too.
I used to. I don't hang with those guys anymore because they all got old. But yeah, the Sons of Silence. I worked with their president for a number of years. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when they weren't killing people and running drugs.
That's
But
what I was gonna
still,
say.
it was a good guy.
Yeah, I used to have a friend in New Mexico that we worked at Hughes Aircraft for a while. Yeah, I used to call it Huge Air Crash. But
Yes.
he was an ex what's the big one? Hell's
Boeing?
Angel. Hell's Angel.
Biker gang. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah,
back
and
on
he
the
said-
aircraft.
Boeing. No, and he said he got tired of, either going to bail somebody out or going to a funeral, and he just had to quit.
Yeah. Well, Pat's job as their president was to keep them more on the right side of the law. Again, like a lot of the gangs, there were some good guys in there, but there was guys that were on the wrong side of things. And Pat's job was to try and keep them a little more on the straight and narrow. And I don't know how successful he was, but again, he was a good guy.
Yeah. As far as you knew.
Yeah, as far as I knew. I committed no crimes with him, and he didn't ever ask me to alibi him for anything. So.
I was just gonna say, did he ask you to?
No, he never asked me.
Who's that? What's here,
If
man?
anyone asks, I was with you all night.
That's right. We were having
Oh,
dinner until 8:45.
Yes, or 8:47, something.
Yes.
Better work on Winterfest. Oh, Winterfest is like, forget, that's way off in the future. I can do Winterfest standing on my head.
That's right.
Because Winterfest would be one that I would do all my originals, so that one's an easy one for me.
Well, how many fests have you done? You did Winterfest, didn't you?
I did Winterfest last time. Yeah, I've done, I think there's been 5 so far, or 6. I've done 3.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. Yeah, I was the co-host for Stonerfest.
Oh, nice.
I played Shinefest.
Okay.
I played Winterfest.
Okay. So you were
And I played Funkfest.
So you were actually at 4. Did you
Yeah,
play?
I've been at 4.
Did you
Well,
play-
I've been at all of them in one form or another.
Okay. And then Metal Fest. So there have been 5,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, Metal Fest was the
Stonerfest?
only one I was not physically at as either a host or a performer.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's terrible. I'm sorry you missed it. And Mike
Yeah.
Molino too, and he had been at them all.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mike, that hurt because, metal piano guy not playing Metal Fest. And I think it was same situation as me. Had a family thing come up and like, I got to do this.
Yeah.
I think he had a daughter graduating or something like that. So I think there was family stuff going on. So, yeah, that broke his streak. I don't think Axe might be the exception, but I'm not sure that there's any group or person that's done all of them. Axe
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah, Axe maybe.
but he'd be the only one. Now that Mike is out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dom has missed at least 1, if not 2. So, yeah.
I got to
Indeed.
them as quick as I could.
There you go. So,
There we go. Shinefest, Stonerfest, Winterfest, Funkfest, and Metal Fest.
Yep. So, yeah, Metal Fest
then-
is the only one.
Then there's going to be Country Fest after that.
And I'll be there with spurs on and a hat. Got to figure out what hat I'm going to wear. I've got to get. I went to. This was in preps for Lori's show. I went to Murdoch's, which some people might know what that is. It's like Target for shit kickers. I mean, it's a
Okay.
ranch and feed store. I buy ammo there. It's a great store. Love it. And I figured, man, I'm going to get a cowboy hat there, or maybe a trucker's cap. Well, I went in. I was looking at like straw hats. I figured I'd buy a cheap straw hat.
For summer.
$70.
What?
Yeah, and I said,
No.
screw that. I'll
Yeah.
buy a tourist hat someplace, cheap ass one for $12. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Do they have a Mexican market in the Denver area?
see, probably multiple.
They go get a hat there. You
Well,
can
yeah.
get straw hats. You can get leather hats, and they're actually pretty good quality because a lot of times they're made in Mexico.
See, well, I have a sombrero.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking, like if you want an actual,
Yeah, no, I need a good straw cowboy hat.
yeah, you can get one.
And well, no, damn it, I almost gave it away. I've got a good outfit planned, but I'm not going to give it away.
Are you going to wear the assless chaps? It was just a suggestion.
Well, I don't stand up, so I might, but you'll never know it. I'll just be, yeah, maybe I won't have to run the fan. I'm cool.
Oh my gosh.
See, don't groove one over the plate, because I will swing at it and I will connect. I don't do live. Yeah, it's a shame that David is not a little more techy, because he would be great.
I know.
On these shows.
He would, yep. We can get him there.
Well, it takes less technology than you think, David.
Yeah.
If you've got a laptop, you've got the entry to do this. So
Yep.
if that's something that you think you want to do, get a hold of me. I got Scars and Shadows on, because people help me, so I've paid it forward with a couple people. So if that's something you're burning to do, get a hold of me. I helped Tony Howie out. I did a live with him.
Nude Fest.
Some time ago, just to get his sound dialed in. And again, Tony had all the tech and he had all the pieces, but he couldn't get it working. And so we just did the scientific, okay, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. And we worked through and figured out where the issue was. And Tony's been good to go ever since.
Oh, mine, it took me months to figure mine out. And I'm not stupid.
It's tricky.
Like, that didn't work either.
Well, I ended up having to, because I tried Soundflower, and Soundflower basically as software has gone out of date. Macs, in case you don't know, Macs routes sound goofy. They're just, and so you have to get a auxiliary program to route sound internally. So then I got on the University of Texas, and they had a whole thing to use Black Hole. And I followed the steps to the letter. I could not get it to work. I worked on it for a week. And it's like, screw this. Yeah. And finally just did what Dom did and a couple other people. I just got the plug-in from Landar, and I pay whatever it is, $20 a year or whatever. I can't even remember what it is. It's not a lot of money. Yeah. And it's a plug-in, and I put it on my master bus, and bingo bango.
Yeah.
And no muss, no fuss.
Yeah.
And it works like a champion. And then I can go through my DAW. And so everything that's on my DAW is available to me. Now, I don't use tracks, but I could. I could play over one of my songs if I just Greeked out the vocals.
Right.
I could do any of that if I chose to. But I just like playing live with my guitar.
Well, I think even Audacity now, which is a free program, that will actually separate out tracks.
Yeah, and I do have, I had Audacity until my computer crashed again. I got to reload it. But yeah, Audacity I've had that program for years. When I used to do podcasts, and I would use that to record the podcast and then upload it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah, you probably have to get after old Tony. Hey, old Mustard, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Well, Mandar went to bed because he is a year older now. So
yes, well, he needs his sleep.
Yeah,
I figure I'll sleep when I'm dead. I just don't. I get.
Well,
I get
we've always had this thing since we're both retired now. So it's we need our own time and our own space. And I've always been kind of a night owl. So he has his mornings and I have the evenings. So.
That works. No, can I have that arrangement? We are tight. I drive her to work every day. We garden together. We go on vacation. We have fun. But Friday nights, she's exhausted because she's CFO of a large internet cabling and provider. They basically do broadband stuff.
Oh,
so she's done at the end of the week. She's mentally tired and everything. So Friday night, she goes up and watches true crime stuff, and I come down and screw around on my guitar. And then Saturday night, we garden and do whatever, and then she's going to watch her shows or check the news or whatever, and I come down and play on Gmail. It's all, we do our own thing, and then we come back together whenever. And that's a good 35 years. It keeps working.
Yeah, you got to have your own little space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know that it's healthy to be joined at the hip, frankly. I mean, we share a ton of common interests, but we don't share every interest.
Yeah.
She loves music, but, she's seen me play for decades. It's like, like being married to John Elway or something. It's like, oh, that guy's good at football, whatever. She's not impressed.
Another touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, just don't let another come back. Who cares? Whatever. He left his underwear on the floor again.
I love to watch Pendarr play his bass. It turns me on.
I totally get it. Kay has told me that she does enjoy watching the muscles in my forearms. Okay, that's weird, but okay, If, do you think I'm sexy, baby? Yeah. Whatever. I'm good. If that turns you on, I'm down.
And I tell you what, a bass player is, I don't know, they have to have like extra long arms or something, and you can just see all the muscles and everything. It's just really, it's hot.
I get it. Well, you gotta, the M's is thick strings, and you gotta work a little bit. And DJ's right. There's a number of free. I think Cakewalk is free.
Oh, cool.
Reaper is basically free, and then if you decide you really love it, then you give them like $60 or $50.
Yeah.
So it's chump change. For a full GarageBand, of course, is fully free. There's a number that
GarageBand only works on Apple products, right?
Right, and I'm a Mac guy, so I'm GarageBand and Logic. So, but I have Reaper too. I was using that for live work for a time. But GarageBand is just easier to get around with in a live setting for me than Reaper, just because I know GarageBand really well.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have too much stuff, so I can do a couple clicks and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like this is my talking setting, and then I can quickly just go to I'm going to sing for you setting.
Nice. I can do that, but I have a mixing board, does it?
Yeah. Well, and I've got one of those too, but I don't use it for this application because, it's a cheap Chinese mixing board. I bought it for a live event.
Oh, okay.
And so it would work fine, but I suspect it's a little noisy.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any Apple products. We used to have phones, but not anymore.
Yeah, I said I'd never own an Apple phone, and then I bought one, and now I'm like, I'll never not own an Apple phone. I mean, the corporation's evil, but most corporations are.
Yeah. Who's to say one's worse than the other?
Yeah, that's why Cakewalk is free. I've never used that one, but I know people do, and it works. And there's
it doesn't have to be even fancy,
Well, a DAW is a DAW, basically. Some of the interfaces are a little different, but they all work the same way. It's just a tool.
And there's plugins for so many of them. There's a ton of plugins for Audacity.
Well, that's just it. I think Audacity uses VSTs. So basically, if you download a plugin, you can get it to work in any DAW. And I get when I download the Mac one, it's going to work on most of them are going to work on either the iPad, which I don't currently use my iPad for because it's an old iPad, but and then my Mac or my phone, and they're going to work for both of those.
The one thing I didn't like about Apple was when you had an app for it. If your phone could not get the latest iOS update or whatever current Apple update, the app wouldn't work anymore, and you couldn't even upgrade or anything on the app. It was like, nope, you need a new Apple phone.
Yeah, you're stuck. And I mean, the Apple phones they just finally quit supporting the iPhone 5. So,
Mm.
And they're on iPhone 15. So they've got a long life. This computer here is from 2017, and it's still a giant workhorse. And
Yeah.
but I also used to download the VSTs too, so I could use them in Reaper if I chose to.
Oh.
But again, I'm not really using Reaper currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Nathan and I talked about that. He's like, "How many tracks do you need, bro?" If I've got a song that's got 20 tracks, that's a lot for me. I usually don't do that.
That seems like a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't deal with that.
And that's, multiple backing vocals and everything. I think Nate likes to layer a lot of guitar stuff.
Okay, cool.
So I probably do it a little differently. I'm probably a little more minimal with the guitars. There's usually a max of 5 or 6 guitars on anything that I do.
Old Mustard wants to write a song. It's been forever. Just have no idea what to write. What I found is write about something either you love or you hate, because that'll bring out the emotions, and the words will just start coming.
And there's a lot of songwriting groups, and they do this. They just have a monthly prompt. And again, they'll feed you write about a bicycle or, something like that. And I think some people find those helpful. I was involved in a couple of those groups for a while. And I got a handful of songs out of it, but I'm just like my marriage, I'm a struck by lightning kind of guy. I will just be noodling around, and it's like, okay, these chords say, here's the lyrics, and it's done. And it just comes to me that way. I haven't had a lot of personally success with the prompts, but they work for a lot of people.
It seems like Dom has that writing skill too. It's like it just comes to him. It's like boom, it's there. I know he said that about a couple of songs anyway.
Yeah, no, he definitely. His inspiration is working fairly regularly, and he does a lot of guitar riffing, and he'll file it away, and then he'll come back to it and flesh it out. Where for me, it tends to be, it's pretty complete. Now, I've got a lot of partials, but my track record for going back to those partials and actually making something out of them is fairly low. It just doesn't work for me like it does for Dom. But again, everybody's different.
Everybody's different, yep.
And I could, 100% honesty, be a little more disciplined than I am on that. I could write a little bit more and be a little more methodical, but I'm just not that guy,
and like you said, everybody is different. And if wherever you find the inspiration and be able to pull it together is what's important.
Yeah, indeed.
Hi, Shelley.
Hey, Shelley. Hey, give Alice our best, please.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, hope that is going to go well for her. And everybody's different on that. Lyrics for me come really easily. And I've been a writer forever. Just kind of so that's a struggle. And that's not to say Scars and Shadows offered to do some lyrics, and I will definitely. It's been on my radar to do a collaboration of some sort with her, so I will probably do that. I think I meant to write her back, and I haven't done it yet. Yeah, she put it in one of the streams. I'd said something about AI, and I think maybe she misunderstood, because I was talking about using Chat GPT to write the intro to the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to see how terrible it was. And it was absolutely terrible.
So
it was
stupid.
So overblown, and it was fantastic.
You have to rewrite half of everything that ChatGPT does.
Yeah.
It's like so rudimentary. It sounds like Dr. Seuss almost. Everything rhymes.
Yeah. And I use it occasionally for work. If I'm just stuck for a piece of marketing, or if I got to do an ad and I'm like, this is the same magazine I've been doing for 20 fucking years. Maybe Chat GPT has an idea, and
A new idea, fresh.
Occasionally, I'll find some gold there, but
Chat GPT is also good for like research. If you have to research anything, because if you ask it a question, it looks all through, the internet to come up with the answers.
Yeah, the better your questions, the more you interact, the better results you get. But
yes,
pardon me for yawning. Yeah. And I agree with that. I do separate out the drums often, but 100% honesty, sometimes I don't. There are times where I just compress them a little bit and they're right. I just don't need to do any more for them. I don't need the control. Now, there are songs that I really want to do something with the snare. I really want the kick to be a certain way, or the tom fills have to have a little different quality, and then I'll separate it all out. But occasionally, I just don't, and it's been fine.
Look what Shelley said. The Meds had her talking about CERN. That's
okay, good. Yeah. Well, drugs are fun.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah. Ooh, Tone Master Princeton. I gotta say, Hugh, I love my Vox. I schmucked into a deal on because my sister-in-law's ex-husband was a kind of a musician. He thought he was Johnny Rockstar, and it used to irritate him because my sister-in-law would go, Chris sings way better than you do. You got a much better voice. It used to piss him off.
Oh, I bet he hated that.
Yeah, well, she would, she can be mean. But, he left a bunch of his gear and just said, whatever, I don't care.
Oh,
and
my God.
She said, look at this stuff. Is there anything down here you can use? And a lot of it was old crappy stuff. Yeah. But this Vox amp, yes, thank you. And this thing is killer.
Wow, cool.
I love this amp. Yeah, and I've used it on Hugh and I did Sordid City together, and my guitar was done through that amp, and it just I dialed in a really nasty, grungy, full sound. I was really happy with it, and I've just and I figured out how to use the line out, and so I used it on a live.
Oh, wow.
When I did last week, when I did my metal set, that was through my Vox amp.
Oh, nice.
So that had that Vox sound. It didn't have, of course, the speaker and what you get from that, but had a really nice balanced sound. Had a little delay on it. It was nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, indeed. So we have hit the witching hour.
Oh,
it is. Of 11, and this show flew by because Pendarr is so engaging and lovely. We've had a good time, and the chat has been rocking and rolling and doing their thing. It's been fantastic, and I've enjoyed talking to Pendarr so much. I apologize that I haven't been quite in the chat as much as I normally would.
Me too. I'm sorry. I kind of go off on tangents sometimes too.
and that's why you're perfect for this show, because that's all this show is tangent central. But I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. You are lovely, lovely human beings, all of you. And I mean that.
Absolutely.
It's like hanging out with your friends every week, and we've got some cool friends. So thanks for being here, everybody. I will take us out of here with one more song from our featured artist tonight. And let me get Kiddkain up. And of course, Kiddkain doesn't go anywhere without his buddy, DJ Lenny. And this is a song of his that I really like, and it's called Never Let Go.
Cool.
And we will see you all next week.
see.